were right this time, you were right this time. Take a look around, look what you did last night. What you did last night, never heard a sound. Yeah, I know that you told me one day you'd show that you were right this time, you were right this time. Oh no, now the truth comes out and I know that you want me, babe. Shallow, you were only ever in for yourself, yeah, in for yourself. Oh great, fantastic, you messed it up. Lying like you plastic, good at it so long. Over your antics, you scared me out. I hope that
two tanks. He is the hero. Yevny. Oh dear. Showing the back to Ambition. Oh no, he received a shot. Now he's a one shot. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yevny. Can he survive? It's the $1 million question now. Can he survive? He race. Oh my. Oh my god. Oh no, he fell out. Whoopsie. He fell out. No. Oh no. Evening everyone, we are back with the first Proof of Skill tournament in the spring season, and I am following the EU server tonight with A1N1, also known as RK Nation, first off against Phoenix. Both teams relatively closely matched. I was told that I was going to follow A1N1, and apparently, in the end, I might be following Phoenix all the way to their finals. We are following the bracket, not the team. So if A1N1 gets knocked up tonight, in the quarterfinals or earlier, the stream will still continue, and they'll leave because of that. Once again, we're going to preview the pre-skill tournament format. All games are played the best of 3 series. That is, whichever team wins the first 2 matches will win the fixture. The format is a single elimination knockout stage with a match for the 3rd place. The tournament is seeded by the average of the win rate of 7 best players in the team, and that's why you're seeing some teams using the 100% win rate account, and that the seeding problem has been addressed and has been it's now under investigation from Wargaming. What could be done to improve the seeding method, and hopefully this system will be in place by the autumn season, before the biggest event of this year. A team earns a number of cups depending on where they finish, and if you qualify to tonight's matches, then you will earn quite a lot more cups actually. I will show you the number of cups later, but you will see what I mean by that. And the leaderboard ranks the teams in a descending order of cups. Top 8 would advance to the Professionals Tournament, and the 9th to the 16th place would advance to the Challengers Tournament. So pause the stream if you have no idea what I'm talking about, and if you have no idea what you're watching tonight, because you should. Tournaments in World Tank Split is such an exciting thing to watch. I think it's better than playing random battles in my opinion, regarding the MM you're getting all the time. So watch tournament streams instead of playing random matches. That will be good for you and good for your well-being. One pre-skill tournament format is spread out across 2 consecutive days, with the first day having 16 teams at most in one group. The top 4 of each group will advance to games held on the second day, and the second day there are at most 32 teams in one group, and all games are played in supremacy mode. I'm getting an announcement from here, from Legion server. Okay, on the other hand, here are the number of cups that A1N1. I have to prevent myself from saying H1Z1 because it's so easy to do so. They can earn as many as 2011 cups if they win, if you win the entire thing, which might be unlikely considering they will face Endgame if they qualify to the quarterfinals. So we will see. I mean, Endgame there is no problem for them unless they got knocked out by Veil, and that's another story we're going to tell. No rewards for this stream. Have already pinned that message. No rewards. We have to pass to you for that probably. Unfortunately, Wargaming hasn't fixed the portal, so you're not getting any rewards here. Hello, both Adam and Robocop. With timeline given here as follows: the previous Q tournaments are held from 6th of April to the 14th of May. And you know, the Professionals and the Challengers tournament will be held from the 19th of May to the 23rd of May, and they will be held in double elimination format, same as the winter season. But Challengers tournament format with the number of matches played would be the same as the number of as the Professionals tournament. So it's going to be best of 5 in the first two rounds, first two rounds, and in the bracket finals it will be the best of 7, the grand finals, best of 9. there is a 5-minute delay on this in this stream, and that's why I am replying your messages approximately like 5 minutes later. And this is to prevent teams from stream sniping. In other words, teams are not able to know what the enemy team is going to take in terms of the tanks, and they don't know where exactly the enemy tanks are positioned. And 5 minutes are incorporated into this stream because the first room has a 5-minute countdown to the first match, and I always join the room at a very early time, so you know, I don't want to spoil what the other team's going to take, and especially some teams love to ready up at a very early time, because let's be honest, all the teams here tonight have already prepared their strats beforehand. They have a kind of briefing done beforehand, unless they're not playing it seriously, which we will see if it's going to be the case for some of the teams tonight. We are going to stream all the way until 10 in the Central European Summer Time, so that's quite a long stream it is. And here is the lineup for you. Eddie Moser is the captain of the team, and we also have Criminal, Didi Sala, Mimo, Naker, and 7D. I don't know. Prince, Spincies, which is 100% win rate count there, and but he has some tier 10 tags, so potentially we might see him play. And Comedy, wrapping up the roster. Electron set 1, no, A1N1. The reason why I always confuse it with H1 set 1 is because they were they used to be H1 set 1. They have players from H1 set 1, and most of them are from the Arabic region in the Middle East, such as Jordan, Palestine, Egypt, Algeria, and they also have 2 players from Germany who can speak Arabic, such as Naker here, and they claim to be a tier 2 clan. I don't know what it means by tier 2 clan, like in Spot H1Z1, and yeah, most of the players you're seeing right here came from 17 H1Z1, and most of them were playing for fun back in the day, so this is probably a time where they are playing it really seriously. But a lot of them have been playing together for a while, actually, particularly Ali Mosa with Didi Sala, potentially Uva and Prince, and Aker as well. The average age of the players here is 20 years so, and they expect to reach the top 12. But they hope to get an even better finish, such as top 8. And they train almost every day in tournament seasons with some 1v1 and 2v2 warm up before the tournament games. And most of the players here are students, apart from Didi Sala, which is a very good programmer, very skilled programmer according to the captain of A1N1. So can I ask Didi Sala to program me some add-ons to my stream, so that I don't have to manually input the scoreline or the update or update the results during a battle. It would be good. Hello Mutsu, no keys for you. No keys. No keys. Sorry. Every will be following Endgame tonight, and Fujit Splits will be following Raid. And that's it. Let's head into Lounge, and we're going to see the teams. And I am missing Quick's clan logo just. But very good, I have all of the clan logos apart from Quick in tonight's round, and it's still quite bright here because it's now almost May and sun sets at a relatively late time, and also the daylight saving time. Also, it's a factor here as well. And so far, the first place, there's 7 clans tied in first place. Endgame, Shadow, A1N1, Raccoon, IWS, Serenity, and BPS. And let me just put in, no pun intended, the clan logo of A1N1, and we'll update you about that. Very soon. And here we go. Yeah, we have A1N1's clan now in the leaderboard. This will shuffle a lot tonight. Some of the clans are not here, like Vale, which could potentially, if they won against Endgame, potentially could shoot their way up into the top 16. But there are quite a lot of mismatches, and some of the clans, for example, Shadow, TFCZ, and P0G, aren't widely recognized as top 8 contenders. APA are usual suspects, although, you know, I mean, look at their lineup in the game, you know what I'm talking about with the win rate. But anyway, but we have a lots of mismatches, like IW versus Raid in the round of 32. Like, both of these clans are looking for top 8 actually, and IW, I must say, was in the Blitz Premier Cup, but they went very close with BPS, so they are at least some half decent, I would say. And what else will be BPS versus Sparta? Also potentially a mismatch over here, and I think Sparta is a strong clan, so maybe they will have an upset there. And we also have Endgame versus Vale, which is another big upset, I would say. Then Serenity, hopefully they can do well against FE207. They have Wonderkind in FE207, and I think some of them were from the second team of Vale, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure if some of them were from SYS, but this is not a clan to underestimate, although they lost to Shadow 0-2, but still, a strong clan. Serenity can very well lose this one, and they definitely need those cups, because they are very low in the win rate seeding, and if they don't start winning those matches tonight, and that will put them in loads of trouble. Expectations for them are very high when we are talking about getting the top 8. Basically, Serenity has to be at the level of Endgame in order to be in top 8. And that's the problem with the win rate seeding for this. Some of the clans have much higher expectations in order to get into top 8. Some clans do not have a lot of expectations when getting into the top 8. And we should argue about the disparity of the expectations for some clans in securing a top 8 positions. And I think the fact that this system is so easily manipulated, it just doesn't make sense to use win rate as a seeding method. It has to be changed. I think there is kind of an immediate need for that to do so. Hello once again. Hello Dubai. For another 610 yen. Thank you very much. And let's head into the room, shall we? So both teams are very good. Phoenix, APAP was the name of APA's second team back in the winter season, so you can expect Phoenix to do really well in this one. I think that was comedy. It's Co. We're seeing A1N1 with Animo's FE215B, Double T125 by Criminal, and Comedy with Mimo in the mouse. Double T282 will be played by Lake and Didi Sala with Prince in Crown Bargain. Phoenix are going with Co in a triple T125 alongside Rambo and Six. Nodo in the IS4 alongside Eggplant, I think. Yeah. And Juro in the Crown Bargain, and that's Reaction in the T22. Their subs are allowed for some odd reason, but it is what it is. But let me double check. I am getting. I'm going to check the Sheridan missile just for. No, I can't even take that tank. Okay, so there we go. Have fun with it as well. Bye, Mitsu. Will I do predictions this season? Probably. Very soon. Do I have predictions for NA? I think it's hard to predict at this stage. I think Nap's not playing this season, despite them training a lot for this. It's quite interesting. I don't know what the top 8 is shaping up to be, but I think a lot of clans are using 100% win rate account there, so it can potentially be a factor. And already our Rain fell victim of that because they faced JKR in the quarterfinals, which shouldn't happen in first place. Both of these clans are so good. Just grab the win rate. It's just bad. Believe me. And here we go. A1N1 versus Phoenix. Here we go. First game of tonight, Blackgoville. It's quite an open map, so the light tanks will be very important as well as the medium tanks, but there are no light tanks, so medium tanks very important to get spots up. With A1N1 taking double T22s and Phoenix taking only one T22, that can be very, very important in terms of the amount of hit points. And you can see Phoenix has a lot more hit points than A1N1. They are leading by 1k. So in this situation, when you're calculating, estimating whether you have a hit point pool lead or not, A1N1, they have to count a couple more hits, and they need to make sure they trade much better than Phoenix, because Phoenix, they also do not have bad DP. They have a Crown Wagon, and they have double T22, which kind of lose them some kind of, you know, lower the number of hit points at the start. Juro already took a hit by Ali Bosa, I suppose, and that wasn't a good start for him, because he is in a good position. He is there to reset B, and A1N1 is trying to get C without any trouble at all with Naker in that T22. No one from Phoenix is coming to reset Naker, but Naker couldn't spot anyone, so anything could happen there. Oh, but we are seeing some action already going for Phoenix. They're just going very aggressive against the T125, and but they only have 3 tanks pushing right up, and but A1N1 has already punished Nudo very hard already, and A1N1 are pulling back. Those T125s regrouping themselves, but Phoenix are applying quite a lot of pressure here, and I feel a bit worried about A1N1 here, but they are just narrowing their forces though. But if they narrow their forces, that means they need to start pushing on the other side. Otherwise, what will happen is that Phoenix will wrap around the forces of A1N1 and they got pincered, and you don't want your team to be pincered here. So Prince is trying to put a shell here, but aren't able to do so. Juro will be able to put some shells at Mimo. I'm not sure what Mimo's trying to achieve here, but A1N1 seems to be lacking in ideas. The T22 can't do anything here. Trapped in the corner here. Phoenix, they're able to have some breathing space after pushing the line up so aggressively. But A1N1 trying to hit point pool trade. Phoenix dropping some more hit points there. It's very, very close indeed, and A1N1 needs to find that breakthrough they desperately need. But Mimo, in that mouse, I think he attracted 2 tanks. Would that be enough for A1N1 to make a push on the other side? Hello, Pierre. I hope so, because Naker, is it going for B? I don't know if it's a good idea though. Phoenix might be given a breathing space. Eggplant going for Prince. Animals are dropping the speed boost just enough to go up of this, and they're looking for Eggplant. Nudo is now dead, killed by Criminal in a moving shot. Hit points are still in favor of Phoenix, however, but that could change very quickly here. Eggplant now the focus of A1N1, but Phoenix have come in to save Eggplant for now. Prince is now the focus for Phoenix. With Eggplant now down, they're looking for Rambo right now. Rambo is now killed by DD Salah, and it is now 7 versus 4. This is looking really good for A1N1 right now. Phoenix is now the focus. Sorry, it's ABA code. The focus for A1N1. Mimo still able to hold on for how long there? That was just absolutely I don't know. Unbelievable play from that mouse here. A1N1, how did they manage to come back from this? 6 is now dead. Oh, 7 versus 2. Well, I never thought that would happen though. I thought it would be tantalizingly close, but how? How did A1N1 manage to have 7 tanks still alive? That could change at any moment with Juro now dead. 7 tanks still alive for A1N1. What is going on here? I thought A1N1 was in quite a lot of trouble, to be honest with you. They got pressured quite a fair bit by Phoenix. And that was some good play from Phoenix, pressing line up very, very far forward. they put in a lot of pressure to A1N1, and particularly those double T22 mediums. They have nowhere to run. But I think everything went south when Phoenix had a tank that got isolated, and that mouse, they tried to kill that mouse with 2 tanks, but couldn't kill it quickly enough. And I think that kind of inspired A1N1 to consolidate and break through the weakness of Phoenix. So that was a good match from A1N1 so far, and Phoenix, not a bad start here. But I think if they kind of, reacted better to getting isolated with that ice wall there, and maybe ignore the mouse, because that mouse is so far forward alone, and if those 2 tanks ignore that mouse to support the Phoenix rush, or hit here to is it the right word there? Well, it could have been quite a different story, I must say. So far, it is going to be A1N1 with the lead. You see a lot of fans, Phoenix fans. I really wish you all the best for Phoenix, and hopefully you show us some really good games in the next one so far. A1N1 leading 1-0 against Phoenix. Let's say hello to Kata and Mirbak, and Bartosz as well. Here we go. Phoenix are going with double Crown Wagons by Eggplant and Juro Nudo in the T22 APA Co. Triple T125s alongside Rambo and 6. Reactive is in the Vickers light. Reaction it is. A1N1, they should be proud of the result. They had of the results in the last game. Hello T22 Tactic, and A1N1 with don't spoil the results, please. But I mean, you did mention the team, so I let you go for that. But Naka is now in that T22 getting some spots up, probably. Some spotted up 6, but he himself got spotted, so I don't know what's going to happen. But double T22 once again, double IS form, 2-5B once again, Crown Wagon and the T125. A1N1 once again approaching this one very passively. They are not getting any caps at the moment, and CEST once again left out in the open. Animosa in this position to reset B, however. I'm not sure if he has enough depression for that though. But I'm not here to doubt A1N1's threats, so so hello Nanami, you're from Clan Phoenix, so I wish you all the best here. But Phoenix made a very bold call to get A. I think that's a good call. That will bring Phoenix the cap advantage. So with B also now captured by A1N1, seemingly Phoenix, they have tanks to reset. Oh, good. Actually splash into Juro, but Juro has shots into Animosa. But Animosa is unable to get B for now. Oh, good shots into Juro from a tank far behind. Whoa. Is that from Mimo, probably? It is from Mimo. Animosa trying his luck once again on B, but I think disaster is going to happen. Eggplant is looking for Animosa. Animosa needs help here. I think Phoenix might have found a good breakthrough here. But you can see A1N1 still have tanks at the back. Animosa, for some reason, Eggplant is bouncing his shells. Oh, that's not good for Eggplant here. Eggplant, on the other hand, got punished for that call. I have no idea how Phoenix didn't react to that. And now Phoenix's split is heavily severed. And I think A1N will be focusing their forces onto these 3 tanks, triple T125s. And they were looking to shut down Rambo. Good shot from Criminal there. I think T125's Co temporarily blocked Rambo from running away. And Rambo's now very, very low. A1N1 looks really strong here. Rambo's now dead. And now the next focus on 6, dropping the reactive armor. That could be important. But Phoenix almost half the hit points as A1N1. That could be terrible. But, I have no idea what's going to happen, but it's 7 versus 4. A1N1 looked very, very strong. APA Co is now the focus for A1N1. He will be killed. by Prince, and we are looking at 6 being the next focus. Ooh. And there we go. Prince is going to put a shot into 6. Good good row there. And reaction tracked by Comedy, killed off by Animosa. That's his ruthless performance by A1N1. Very strong indeed. I am really surprised how well A1N1 is performing tonight so far. I have no idea. The Phoenix, they had a good idea, try and shut down Animosa, but I think the call from Eggplant was not heard. I don't know if there is some communication issues with Phoenix, but I could have reacted a lot better for Phoenix. I think it was a good idea, but just I think there's Phoenix. They have tanks far back, and A1N1 they also have tanks far back, but they are closer. So if Phoenix communicated better, A1N1 would have a harder time dealing with that, and that was very good performance by A1N1. 5 tanks doing more than 2k. Phoenix, none of the tanks doing more than 2k. That was not as good as the first one. I'm afraid. Yep, wonderful hit point pull sharing from A1N1. I agree. Emulated game. I have to say, I am very surprised how well A1N1 was performing in this one. The first game I thought they are somewhat doomed. The second game I thought Animosa was doomed, but it was Phoenix. That was questionable at times, but yeah, 7-0. I have no idea how it went from very close to 7-0. Like, Phoenix had a moment with headpump full lead, and somehow 7-0. What on earth? But it wasn't a bad game from Phoenix in the first one. The second game was just kind of a tactical mishap. Communication issues, as I always point out. I think lots can be decided for them. Not going to. I'm probably throwing shade at them a lot in this one, but oh my god. Let's look at other results of the round of 32. Oh, I got the Sidewinder camel, but nope, I'm not going to buy it with gold. So here we go. Let's go and watch WNRS versus Recte. So where is WNRS? Here we go. WNRS has players previously from Karna and Immortals, Romeo Jones and Volcano Jones, really good players here, bodybuilders if I remember correctly, and they are still playing against Recte so far. And Cash versus RGT. Cash has won RGT 2-0. Oh, Serenity also won. So that's good result for them. So I suppose Serenity won 2-0 against MV207. If that's the case, good job to Serenity. I mean, they were the winners of Blitz Premier Cup, so don't underestimate Serenity, they are very good indeed. 2-0 against MV207, and next we have Rackham versus DWF. Where is Rackham? I think straight. I don't know. I don't have any clue about straight. Okay. They won against DWS, but I wish on the best. Is it Dark Magician Girl climb lead with that team of that? So I hope they will be in the top 8, but they have to work really hard. Winter season wasn't a good season for them, but I hope that will be different in the spring season. Endgame still playing against Vale apparently. Sia versus Zenith. Zenith won against Sia, so Zenith are through. Okay, next we have Quick versus Iveco. Okay, Quick won Iveco 2-0, so they are through to the next one. And next we have IW versus Raid. Yep. Unfortunately, so I think there you have a lot to learn as well. Probably if I have time, I will analyze. If I have time, second match, I would say. Well, I think that was good to analyze. Oh my goodness me! IW won against Raid 2-0. That is why I'm saying it's a mismatch. Oh, Raid, what have you done? Oh my god. It's an upset here. Oh, IW, congratulations. Right there. Get in. Here. It's just brilliant, brilliant. I'm very happy about that. Fuha won against KP4 2-1. That's always a good thing to see. Fuha is really improving time and time. And we have BPS versus Sparta. Yeah, 2-0 for Sparta, 2-0 for BPS, so BPS Sparta is out. Unfortunately, Rackham, second team of that, against another team of BPS, which contains Zerd. No surprises there. It's going to be a BPS internal derby right there, so 2-0 for BPS. Okay, so we are waiting for... We're just going to rewind a little bit. Apparently got something wrong. Okay, it should be... Okay. Just waiting for WNRS versus Red T. Red T, given the ticket to the Blitz Premier Cup, they're obviously going to show us some good games. So no, they're still playing. We will see how it's going. It's going to be a tiebreaker. Good luck for Phoenix for the next games. Yeah, I agree with you. Oh no, IW 2-0 it is, not Raid 2-0. So here we go. The round of 16 will be Shadow versus the winner of WNRS or Red T, Cash versus Serenity, TFCZ against A1N1, which is the game we're going to be streaming next. Rackham. Oh, we're still waiting for Endgame versus Veil. It's still playing. Surprises there. Might be surprises there. We cannot. I'm just going to remove that result. So we don't know if Endgame is going through or not, but Rackham is through red. APA versus Zenith, Quick versus IW, P0G, Hello Alpha, nice to see you as well, POG, P0G, POG versus Fuha, and BPS versus BPS. I know BPS is going to win, right? So no worries about that. But there are two teams for BPS. One team is composed of Foxy and so on, which is the team you saw back in the Blitz Premier Cup, and then all the other BPS is somewhat like Aqua, which is also very strong. So, well, this is interesting indeed. Raid not qualifying to the round of 16. That will be a big hit right there. If we update the leaderboard for you. Raid. The leaderboard will be looking like this. Hello, Seeking Destroy, how are you doing? Okay, the leaderboard will look like this. Okay, Phoenix will not be in the top 16 tonight after the loss against the loss against A1N1. On the other hand, 6 teams tied in first place so far. Endgame we're waiting, but if they lost, they would drop to the 7th place or even lower. The team we're following tonight, A1N1, is joined first place alongside BPS, Rackham, Serenity, Shadow, and IW. Out of top 8, we have Sparta, FE207, Raid, Fuha, P0G, and BPS. And let's actually see the results of other matches in the round of 32, starting off with WNRS versus Red Team. So it's going to be WNRS 2-1 against Red Team, and they will be facing Shadow. So congratulations to WNRS, they are through to the next round. Meanwhile, we have Endgame versus Veil. Oh my goodness! Oh, Veil won against Endgame 2-1. Oh my goodness me! Oh, upset alert! Both Endgame and Ray, similarly top 4 favorites, are knocked out in the round of 32. Oh my god. That is really important. Oh my. That was a land. That is. What a night that was. Oh, huge congratulations to Veil indeed. I must say, good job. Good job, Eric. Where are those old clients? I have no idea. Ask their client, not me. Veil, despite winning Endgame, they still have a long way to go. But they will have I don't know if they will have an easy one, but they won against Endgame. Rackham should not be. I mean, it's not a bad clan per se. It's also a very tough clan to beat. But they will need it. They're in the top 16, but they're tied with P0G, BPS, and Fuha. So they really want to break through that. And meanwhile, oh my gosh, this is really crucial here. The round of 16 is pretty much unrecognizable if you're talking about the top 4 contenders, apart from Serenity and BPS, whichever one you want to call it though. But wow, I'm very surprised about the results so far. But I don't think we have time for analysis between A1N1 versus Phoenix. So I'm sorry, Phoenix, to disappoint you, but here we go. I'm just going to spend the next 9 minutes to talk about the clan war scene on the E server. So on Monday, both Immortals and Loco were knocked out. Both of them are looking for top 8, and especially Loco. They have a really strong team with Ventium, Foxtastic, Foxy, and so on. Loco got knocked out by Serenity 1-2 in the quarterfinals in the group stage, and that I think is very appalling in terms of the seeding. It shouldn't happen in the first place when we talk about 2 top 4 contenders. Loco is a strong contender, I must say, so I hope they do better in hopefully they have more luck in the second previous Q tournament. But there are a lot of teams on the EU server, and missing out on this day can be very impactful, can be very bad, but we will never know. On the other hand, other clans you might want to watch out that could potentially contend for top 8 will be IW. It's a very strong clan, was once LXN, so keep an eye on IW. Retty was in Blitz Premier Cup, invited to Blitz Premier Cup, won 1 game at least, so also a clan to to take a close look at. And next we have Rackham. Very strong indeed. They have players from SOS previously, and they were very good. Although went out in the 9th place, the Blitz Premier Cup, but they beat Serenity before, so they at least have a good standard. They are very competitive in the Blitz Premier Cup in the top 10. So I must say they are also looking for a top 8 finish. Besides, we have the usual suspects with Vale beating the end game really well done to them, and then BPS, 2 teams, also very important. And people will be asking where are Dinos and Kana. They have since moved on. Some of them went to BPS, some of them went to Loka, and yeah, they have separated pretty much. So Dinos are not here, although I really want them to stay together. And then you have APA, the usual suspects. They have good seeding, so they should be able to secure top 8 relatively comfortably. And if they don't, then I think it's a meme, to be honest with you. So hello, Brad. Privyet to starts. I don't know if it's how I pronounce it. Hyena. Hello, Hyena. Hello, 100% BMX. You know. And then we have another clans to take a look at. I don't know. Top 16 is going to be super competitive, so any clan you're seeing in the leaderboard have a good shot in the top 16. And also the clans not in this leaderboard also have a good shot in the top 16. And I think it all comes down to whichever gets better seeding in the end, because all of these clans are so closely matched, so you never know which one is what. So hello, Biscuit. And then Shadow 6 100% winner account. If they don't get into the top 16, they need to reflect, because that should have happened. So here we go. I think I got the invite already. So end of me. No, I'm not going to get into that room. I'm going to get into the tournament room. We are going to be seeing TFCZ versus A1N1. Okay, I'm getting pangs from somewhere, so I'm just going to change. Okay, so Ruben briefed me. Endgame only had 6 players in the first match, and really good job to Vale for winning the tiebreaker. I think the leader of Endgame needs smack in the faces. Not good stuff to say, especially when Every is streaming Endgame. That is not it's not good at all. They could do a lot better. I have no idea what's going on tonight, so don't ask me. Here we go. And let me change the... Oh, thank you for subscribing. A lot of people subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for Salamander Rays and King Movies. Thank you for the subscriptions, and hope you enjoy my stream. I think Fujit and Airy are still streaming, so but they are following the record, so that's a different story. So don't worry. I will still be delivering the goodies, so don't worry about that. So A1N1 versus TFCZ it is now. Yeah, total upset. Who would have thought? IW and Vale coming up to win. I think Raid, I mean, they are very strong in Blitz Premier Cup, let's be honest with you. So them losing against IW02 is something has gone very wrong to Raid. I don't know what, but it is really not satisfactory, I would say. RGN missing out on NA server, but I mean RGN, I don't know. But I think it wasn't as big of a shock as Vale winning against Endgame and IW winning against Raid. Because JKR was once GG, I mean a lot of people were from GG, and they broke up to form JKR Jokus. They are a very strong clan, so don't underestimate JKR. I think they are having some really bad, I mean very low CD, but they are very strong indeed, so I fully support them to go all the way and win the previous skill tournament tonight. And mark my words, I'm going to jinx JKR. So, thank you very much. If JKR is to congratulate, it's to thank me for jinxing them. Here is my official, you know, gratitude. Whatever it is, you need it. That's it. So, we're now on Normandy, 30 seconds remaining, and Normandy is a very open map, so you're going to see quite a lot of, you know, a lot of medium tanks hovering, getting spots in, and a lot of hull down tanks as well. It's a map with a lot of terrain, and you need a tank which can do very well in hull down, and also you need good gun depression. So tanks like IS-4 aren't popular on this map. And you're only seeing only one IS-4, in fact, for TFCZ team. So let's see how they're going to operate with that IS-4. But it's not a good choice, because for me, it's not the best choice, because Normandy, it can be demanding for the gun depression. But you can still work well with the IS-4, that is to say, because you have relatively flat land near CMD, so absolutely you can make it work. But T123 is a very interesting call, but TFCZ are on the south side. You can put it to defend C. It's totally possible. I once did it with 4 TDs, worked brilliantly, but it's already years ago, so I think it is not working now. But TFCZ, don't underestimate that T123 can do absolutely wonders for them. Well, let me double check if I got, yeah, got it right. We're seeing Amnesia, which is a song by Roxanne, get some spots up for TFCZ, and I know Eurovision season is coming soon, so I'm hyped for that as well. Sadly, I think the schedule is clashing with the schedule for, the challenges, or I don't know. Yeah, with the challenges and professionals. So. Oh, blue! Oh, how did that go through? Oh, they're trying to blind shot the blue carrot. I think he is wandering. He is a spotter though, so that was good blind shot from A1N1. And I don't know why it was BBC on the top. Wargaming, I think you need to report yourself for that. I don't know what kind of connotation Wargaming has that. Hello Arthur, how are you doing? Lovely Wargaming Seavers. Can't even I mean he's playing on touch, so I can forgive him for that misspelling, but the Seavers are not working fine, it seems, so we'll see how it's going to work in this situation, because Seavers lagging is not a good thing to be part of, and A1N1 so far doing fine in terms of hit point sharing, and they so far have more hit points than TFCZ. And in this situation, A1N1 has more cap points and hit points than TFCZ. All they need to do is sit back and defend. But they're also, because they have a hit point pool lead, find a weakness in TFCZ, because TFCZ will have a lot of pressure in rotating. So usually in this situation, TFCZ could hesitate, and I don't know if A1N1 is going to play with that. The mental game here. A1N1 can go aggressive when they have a hit point pool lead. But they need to tread carefully, because they do not want to lose such a big advantage. But absolutely, you can get a lot more aggressive and you have more hit points. Even if you have cap points, absolutely you can do that. And sometimes that would work better than just simply defending, because TFCZ will be expecting A1N1 to park the bus like Jose Mourinho, and even better, at least it will get A1N1 the boot, whoever is leading that team. So Ali Moser in that mouse, very interesting call to use a mouse. Or Normandy, very slow indeed. Terrain resistance can be a nightmare to work with. But Ali Moser is just marching his way. Good shot into degree on Blitz. But Criminal, not as good. Penny shots, Blitz, please. Yes, he goes. Another shot into degree on Blitz, and degree on Blitz. I'll text a big clip from Everton. A1, this is what we are talking about. A1N1 is doing the aggressive play here. They are making use of the hit point advantage they have. They're looking to kill off the Everton, but Comedy is now on a very long reload. He needs that reload before he gets killed. But no, Comedy gets killed by David. But on the other hand, Degree is killed. And Peghead's looking for Criminal. I am not sure if this will backfire. But A1N1 got all 4 haps. Oh, they just need to stay safe. They need to survive. And they will win, even if they don't kill all 7 tanks. Well, A1N1, they need Invincible killed, and they kill off Invincible. And that was good play from A1N1. And Everton is still alive for some reason, but Didi Salah. Oh, it's a bounce! Bounce by Didi Salah, but Prince is going to kill him off, is it? Yes, it is. And here we go. Very well played by A1N1. A1N1, I got it right. Here we go. 4 caps. You can't do anything. TFCZ absolutely got subdued by A1N1. So, what can you do about this? And Krabwagen is good for hold down, so you can take Krabwagen. IS4 have good turret armor, but the turret is not as big, and it has only has 6 degrees of gun depression, so not as good as other tanks. So IS4 might not be the best choice here, but with the A1N1, they know they have a hit point pool lead. They know that TFCZ needs to rotate, and actually they are the one to initiate that to move. Good job by A1N1. Although it might look a bit aggressive for them, like unnecessary, but why not? If you have a hit point pool lead, why not make use of that? And they have done it brilliantly. TFCZ left no space to rotate, and you can say it's a brilliant play by A1N1. Good job to A1N1 so far. Yes, and I think it's not the main pro of the turret cheese. You can absolutely do wonders with that, but main pro is Normandy being a very rugged map. Terrain resistance is going to be very bad. This is why I don't take mouse in on Normandy, but A1N1 taking triple T110E5, 2110, 215B. By Animos and Mimo and Didi Salah. Triple Crown Bargains by Criminal, Comedy, and Prince with Naker. NT22 TFCZ, triple T110E5 by Degree, Invincible, and Evertone. Blue Invictus Light alongside Pickhat, David and Ice. Well, I think TFCZ needs to get more information. I think they need that cap lead this time, and they don't want to lose unnecessary hit points, especially when they are taking double Invictus Light. That can be a problem. They need to trade better than A1N1, and A1N1 will be leading by cap points. They have triple crown bargains, so that will give them quite a lot of hit points to cushion, and hopefully TFCZ is going to perform better here. It's just lots can be done. In my opinion. Hello, Overdose. Barbecue. And here we go. Heading up to the top of the map, we have TFCZ. Red team north spawn with A1N1, blue team south spawn. The now going to be captured by TFCZ. A1N1 will be capturing Sorry. I apologize for the terrible commentary I have tonight, but Prince is going to get some spots up, so that's always a good choice. So I don't get to gag once again. So I mean, the words are really gagging me at the moment. They're like, oh, comedy. I think comedy's going to get the spots up. We'll spot up the Vickers lights. A1N1 knows those double Vickers lights are going to go down there. Oh, DD Sala. Now FP215B put a good shot into Peg Hat, but also gets shot by TFCZ. Oh, TFCZ has an interesting idea, but I'm not sure if it's going to work because DD Sala is actually angry. You don't want to provoke a programmer, a skilled programmer right here. He's going to program his shots into Peg Hat and he kills off. No, it's going to be more Mimo killing off that biggest line. The blue carrots. This is not working for the FCZ, obviously. And double 215Bs, both of them still alive with blue carrot now dead. TFCZ, nothing much can be done right here. A1N1 pincering them left, right, and center. Degree on Blitz is going to be pincered by Criminal and so on. Good rammed here. It's dumping Degree on Blitz onto the beach, contributing to beach pollution, ocean pollution. So I have to give my strong condemnations to A1N1 for doing that move. That is very bad indeed. But other than that, Animosa gets killed off by Invincible with Everton, killed by Criminal. It's now 4-6 at this moment right here. A1N1, brilliant response to those double Vickers light, but TFCs simply have no plan B when their Vickers light strategy got shut down, and I don't know what they could have done better, but maybe they could have responded well when A1N1 are turning to deal with those Vickers lights, but you will never know. GG's to Alimosa, Invincible, last man standing, and here we go. GG's for both teams, good sportsmanship throughout, well played, says Didi Sala, and nice push. Pighead saying no, but Invincible is now killed by Criminal. Ruthless performance by A1N1, and A1N1 is on fire tonight, so well done to A1N1, and they are through to the quarterfinals. It is Mimo, 2 kills, 4k, 6 tanks to him on 2k for A1N1. Absolutely tremendous performance by the TFCZ. Only 1 tank to him on 2k, and the Vickers lights bled to oblivion, and they could only put together 2,200 damage and 2,270 damage altogether, which isn't really good for TFCZ. Their flank movement got absolutely outsported. What could they do in this? What could they do in this situation? I have no idea. But if you know, put it in the chat on the right hand side. And hello, Europe. And that's a good match once again from A1N1. So let's see the results of other matches in the round of 16. A1N1 very quick games against TFCZ. I'm not sure if other matches have finished now. So Shadow versus WNRS. They're still playing against WNRS with Cash versus Serenity. Serenity 2-0 against Cash, so Serenity are through to the next round. They will be waiting for either Shadow or WNRS. Rackham versus Vale. Can Rackham punish Vale? No, Vale 2-0. Well done to Vale. They are through to the next round. Next we have APA versus Zenith. APA won against Zenith 2-0, but good effort from Zenith, I must say. Some would say huge congratulations to Sam Jeffries. You're going to last longer than just one previous skill tournament, at least. Oh my god. I hope it's going to get better. So I'm sorry, Buggy. I'm sorry, but it's not my fault. Wargaming allocated me to stream A1N1, so I hope you're not talking about the stream quality, but rather the teams that A1N1 was facing. So next we have Quick versus IW. It says IW 2-0 against Quick, and that was Quick. Indeed, pun intended. And then we have P0G versus Fuha. Fuha won P0G 2-0, so good job to Fuha. And we have BPS versus BPS. BPS going to win, obviously, and it's going to be the Zerds team or the Zerds team getting through, which is managed by Bella, if I remember correctly. So congratulations to that to BPS qualifying. Just waiting for Shadow versus WNRS. Here we go. Okay, I will be joined by Every soon, so we're going to talk about what's going on in the matches. So, and so far we have 7 teams confirmed for the quarterfinals: Serenity, A1N1, Veil, APA, IW, Fuha, and BPS. Right, hello, Eri. Hello, Peter.
You're lagging a bit there, but it's
right. I think it's fine now. Hello, Peter. Hello, Eri. How are you doing?
You don't need to name both my possibilities to name. Come on, what is this?
No, I'm going to name all the possibilities then.
We're gonna be here till tomorrow then. But yeah, an interesting evening, I must admit.
I agree.
Because
I
I forgot that we're following brackets instead of teams.
Yeah.
So I was just making my analysis and was gonna end, but then Fuji told me that we're following brackets. So it's good that that didn't happen. So yeah.
Right, that's good. Because I was worried because Asia server Fuji was following fees all the way to the end, and I was worried that you both will be allocated in the wrong way. But at least you're commentating all the matches as well in the round of 16, so
Yeah.
at least he got it right, so that's good.
Yeah, we're just following the brackets, so it's all good. But yeah, how has A1N1 been doing?
Terrific. I think they are very strong. They looked very strong against Phoenix. I thought Phoenix and A1N1 would be very closely matched, but no. I think both of them ended 7-0 for A1N1. And the first game especially was epic.
That was
I thought
very convincing then.
it was very convincing indeed. I thought A1N1 was going to lose that one because Phoenix was able to push the line very, very far in the front, and A1N1 was basically pincered, trapped. The T22 mediums were trapped in the corner, kind of perma-spotted. So I think it was when Phoenix got a tank isolated, and also A1N1 made them move the mouse to distract Phoenix, and that won the game in the end. But the first game they had to fight it really hard. But the second game, A1N1 was very, very convincing indeed. With I think it was A1N1. I don't know what exactly happened, but just they were able to split Phoenix forces into 2, and Phoenix, they had some communication issues with Crown Bargain just rushing a tank alone without any support, and A1N1 was able to kind of shut down that tank immediately, and then at that point onwards, Phoenix just split into 2 parts, and
A1N1 was against them then.
Yeah, A1N1 was just was more consolidated in the end. So how did it go for both Endgame versus Veil? Because I heard that Endgame only has 6 players in the first game.
Yeah, the first game, I don't know what exactly was the cause of it, but they only had 6 of their 10 players there. I mean, you know, normally you'd be like, all right, sure, there's a chance because it's Endgame. But Veil was just too dominant. Because I mean, what are you supposed to do, right? I mean, against a strong clan, being a tank down already from the beginning is harsh, even harsher than getting someone ammo-racked full HP.
True.
Because you at least get some info from it, right? You know where people are, but just being one down just didn't work. So that first game was a loss. The second game though was kind of interesting because Endgame played passively at the beginning,
Right. Yeah.
which is not usually their style. I know they can play that way, but it's something they usually don't resort to. But having Vale on match point against you, you of course need to not be too risky, I guess, and I think that really worked for them because Vale was just overly aggressive, pushed the wrong side because they tried to go over B and the middle mainly. So most of their tanks that were top side near A just got isolated. But I think the main kicker was the Castilla game because we went to tiebreaker because Endgame won the second one.
Castilla, it is. Did they cab?
Indeed, they did.
Oh no!
I mean, both teams kind of did, right? It's Castilla. What are you expecting? But
well, I mean, if we both get to commentate in the, let's say, professionals tournament, grand finals, then I think we need to kind of do a tour guide on Castilla then.
Yeah, probably. But regardless of that, so one thing I need to mention before I go into detail: Vale played a 50B on Castilla, which is rather interesting because you don't normally associate a tank like a 50 because it's very tall with that map. But Elysium was playing it, and he played it on the TD ridgeline because they had the north spawn, which, you know, arguably is the better side of the map. But, I mean, that's up for debate. And the start was pretty slow. Endgame was able to get the C cap, shut down A.
At least they got a cap.
Which, so they had cap advantage, but I mean, A was gonna get capped eventually anyway. And after some hit point trading, where Endgame came out on top, they Vale decided to send around 2 E5s to the C side, where they had one of their Vicars and an Ice 4 in the middle, which they prepared to push B on. So the plan was send the Ice 4 to B, send the E5s into C, pressure Winch, who was in his Vicars at the time, and I think he had support from a T22. But they only spotted one of these 2 E5s, which was a problem. And seeing how they tried to defend that B cap, because they had a Kranwagen in that defensive position with the, you know, that split between the two houses with the bush, right? They had a Kranwagen there. He peeked that corner, because obviously, where else are you going to get to defend B from? Gets shot from the ice wall, but the 50 was already lined up. Got a fire in and a max roll. So he took in 2 shots. Vale starts getting hit point advantage. Endgame, I think, I'm not sure if they were, how do you put it, like, fully concentrated, but they rushed things by pushing over A, because that's the only option you have. You're gonna lose the C side, or you more or less already have. You can't defend the middle, so your only option is to go over C, or A, sorry. But they had that 50 in the corner, they had both their Kranwagens there, so 3 autoloaders, basically. Radek jumped on a tank as well, so he threw away 1,000 hit points. And I think the focus fire from Vale was just better. Because the 50, for example, ended up doing 4k. So it really worked down for them.
I see.
And I think it's a mix of maybe two things. Mentality, because they lost that first game, which is just unfortunate due to players missing. And I mean, they won the second game rather convincingly, but I think it might have carried over, especially for a map that no one likes, like Castilla. And then getting that, I don't know. They might have just been too fixated on we need to win this now, and weren't calm enough, maybe. I couldn't fully analyze it in the end because I don't quite know where the turning point was. But what I narrowed it down to was the push of the E5s and the IS4, and then the reaction that Endgame gave. Because usually Endgame is not a team that reacts. They are the active team. And then they see how the enemy reacts, right? Which is what I talked to Fujit about last time, before they played Raid. Because Raid is a reactive team, whilst Endgame is active.
Yeah.
But it just didn't work out for endgame this time, I think.
I see.
So Vale looked really strong though. I don't want to talk them down on their performance,
Yeah, I don't think so.
They played really well.
True.
especially against Reckon.
Rakim is also a strong player. I mean, they're also tipped to be one of the top 8 contenders. So, them winning against Rakim 2-0 was convincing as well.
That was very convincing. That was also fast.
Fast.
I mean, they pushed a mouse through the plane area.
Oh God. Rushing the mouse. What they want by rushing the mouse? You say?
Well, the thing is, normal setup at the start of Normandy. You have them both go to the top side of the map.
Yeah.
Because normally people don't go down, and no one took the plane area. Usually you see fives going down, maybe a Kranwagen, but no one did. And they had a mouse, which I was not sure why. And it usually wouldn't work on a map like this, because the tank's just too tall, right? But he went there, he went up until the ridgeline, and then he had suddenly 4 tanks looking at him. And that gives you opportunities. If everyone is staring at one mouse, you can push. And that's what they did. They also kept their tanks alive better, which Reckon was unable to do, so it was just a quick shutdown, really.
Yeah. On the other hand, we have other results coming through. Shadow. It went on for a really long time, but they won against WNRS 2-1, and they're going to face Serenity in the quarterfinals. And now we follow. Sorry.
What is that team, by the way? Because they beat Reti, which I was surprised about.
I think WNRS is a Spanish team, and they have players originally from Immortals and also Kana, which you saw Romeo Jones. You see Romeo Jones and also Flankeo Jones in that team. So I suppose it's a very, very strong team. But them losing to Shadow is quite a surprise. I think Shadow this season looks to be much better than the winter season, so you can't really rule them out of the top 8, where particularly they are very, very strong with win rate seeding. So I'm not sure.
They have Serenity next though, so if they are the real deal or not, to put it that perspective,
they need to beat Serenity. They need to beat them. I mean, Serenity, winners of Blitz Premier Cup. They are the real deal. So, if they can beat Serenity, then I don't know what's going to stop them.
What do you think about this matchup, though? APA and IV or IW?
And IW, it's going to be close indeed. But I hope. I know I'm a bit biased to IW here, but IW 2-0 against Ray. I don't know what happened. We could only ask Fujit on that later on, but I think it's just very. I think it's just amazing performance by IW so far, and they were Ericsson before, so APA is going to be a challenge for them. I think it will go down very, very closely indeed, but I think APA, I don't know, APA has kind of more experience continuously. I know IW, they have experience playing together for quite some time already, long ago, but we are talking about IW being recently formed as recent as the Blitz Premier Cup, so we don't know how it's going to be in this one. I hope IW is going to surprise for you here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What I'm also looking forward to though is Fuha's performance, because they've been, how do you put it? They've been an up and down in the winter season. I've always kept an eye on them because that's a name that popped up during winter, and I'm happy to see that they're keeping up that performance, but against BPS is gonna be interesting to see.
Very hard though. I mean, that's the Zerts team right there, so that's going to be another. I think if they beat that BPS team, it's going to be very promising for them. And if that happens, if we see more upsets here, I think top 8 is kind of a toss-up for the EE server. That's what we all want to see. We're
still in Previous Guild 1, so we shouldn't throw around hands too much. But
it's going to be a toss-up. I hope it's going to be a toss-up.
Yeah.
But I mean, A1N1 versus Vale. I'm expecting some really good matches for this one.
Yeah, I was about to say, with the other results out of the way, prediction time. I'm unsure.
I think Vale. I would say Vale because endgame is huge. That's a huge statement, and I think A1N1 they have performed very very well so far tonight, but I'm not sure Veil really proved themselves with beating the top 8 contenders, and A1N1 not saying both Phoenix and TFCZ in particular because TFCZ really didn't show any promising signs against A1N1 anyhow, but
did beat TFCZ yesterday already in the finals, so I guess it's more of they were familiar with the team in that way.
Yeah, so I think like A1N1 was I don't know, I think it's going to be a huge testament to their training sessions, because they claim they were training like every single day. So I mean, Veil, I think obviously Veil is doing that as well, but this, I think, is a match where both teams will be looking to reap their rewards, and I really hope all the best for both of these teams, but it will be a hard one to call.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to these, especially these results of this round now, because these are some very interesting lineups, and some possibilities for, just straight up upsets, as we said.
Yeah. And I think we kind of need to pressure Wargaming to change the seeding, because there is no way. Like matchups like IW
Jack,
against.
You already know that we cannot do anything about it.
I know we cannot do anything about that.
We already know their statement, and that is to wait till autumn. There's nothing else.
It's to wait, yeah, but I really, really hope that it's going to come in summer. But we can only hope. But yeah, but just.
For despair.
As we still have 2 minutes, what do you think about that map?
It's a very heavy map, obviously, so you're going to see some mouses here. I'm not sure, we haven't seen heavy maps played tonight. I mean, Black Goldville and Normandy, as the first map of the previous rounds, they are relatively medium mobile-ish. So this is a huge change in pace for both of these teams. I'm not sure how Veil played yesterday in heavy maps. I didn't know about A1N1 in heavy maps, but this is going to be uncharted territory for both of these teams tonight. For tonight, and it will be interesting because A1N1 so far for me, they benefited from mobility in the past rounds that I streamed. So I'm not sure how they're going to cope with a map that is very heavy oriented.
Yeah, I mean, we see 2 mouses already on both sides. We also see a 215B, which you don't see often. But it has been popping up more or less recently again. And what I'm hoping for, you don't see it now, but maybe in the round after, is a 113. Since it's buff now, it has been getting some more attention. And it has been used in tournaments before, so there's not a way of saying you can't do that. And on a map like Fort Despair, it's even more so prevalent, because it is very fast getting to the corner if you want to play that way.
True.
So it's going to be interesting. I'm expecting a B brawl heavily with some attention on the corner.
Let's change the overlays for now. Here we go. I got your message, James. But yeah, technically not a BPS team, but I mean they are under the same family in a sense. So, but they're independent. That's true. But
let's just not get into too much detail on that before we step on the landmine.
But without that,
have fun commentating, and
thank
we'll
you very much.
later.
See you later then. Bye for now. And we're going to change, and I will change the overlays very soon. Here we go. It's going to be A1N1 against A1N1 against Veil. It is on the north side. On the red team will be A1N1 Veil on the blue team. And I just need to change. Oof. Hello. Yeah, but thank you for the clarification anyway. I mean, I could see your message. I'm just going to change. That's going to be I hope you didn't get hacked, Bella, because that's not nice to hear. You say that sounds like you got hacked. I hope that didn't happen. don't scare me though. Quarterfinals it is. Before I can go up, I just need to get the changes here. Apologies for slight delay. Already we are seeing action on C. Yeah, I'm estimating Sparta. Yes, that's what I do, so... I'm not sorry, Stitch, so... So here we go, B is going to be captured. BBC and sort yourself, Wargaming, what is this? But B is going to be captured by Veil, it is, and they will have a Capley instead, and Veil does have the hit point bullied as well. So this is going to be interesting to watch. Because now A1N1 was just going for an Iron Fist strategy, and it's all about focus fire for both teams right now as they send it into Entropy. And A1N1 are down by more than 2k. I'm not sure if they have enough DPM for that. They have double mouse. That's going to be really low in DPM. Prince is now very low. He is actually the first time down. Star is also down now. 6 versus 6. But Veil, they have a lot... I don't know if they had a lot more DPM. They also have double mouse, so it's still very close call. M70 got eviscerated. And Veil is looking really strong right now. 6 versus 5 it is. And Yori 12 is the next time down for Veil. And Comedy is now tracked. It's a bounce from Comedy onto Task Killer. And A1N1, they need to kill the tanks at Vamelo is the next time for the focus, but Comedy is killed first. The Black Star, originally from Kana, has killed off Prince, with Mimo killed by Vamelo is still alive, and that ram from Animosa is not going to help matters at all. And Naker kills off Vamelo, and Didi Sala is also killed by Task Killer, leaving 2 tanks left standing for A1N1, and a good ram from Elysium is on fire, so Naker is now the last man standing, and I don't know if A1N1 has made a good call to just push immediately. That comes across as a panic reaction rather than a calculated move, and Veil just was completely ready to receive that push. You can see just absolutely well defended. Prince 0 damage. Not good indeed for A1N1. I think they can do much better than that. And the double mouse from Veil just did more than 4k. Just amazing. Yeah, so don't worry. Not blaming BPS for cop sharing or anyhow. In fact, there is no evidence for that. I'm not going to commit the same mistakes as I did for, you know, GG, Naps, and CPG. I'm not going to assume anything, but that BPS team, which is CEST team, has done really well tonight, and they're completely independent, but they are under the same clan family, so it's more like Purple and Primal, but more like Purple and Primal if I put it in this way. That might help you understand what's going on. So here we are, 1-0 so far for Veil. And second match, A1N1 dropping that mouse in favor of Chieftain, played by Alimosa. This is an interesting call by A1N1 here because A1N1 they can't do the same thing like last time. It's not going to happen, especially when you rush it into a position where it is well defended, and Veil would be quite surprised in that match, I must say. But I mean, that was kind of given to them in some sort of way. But that could only goes on to show how good the focus fire of Veil is, and A1N1 needs to do better than that. A1N1 going with double IS4, triple T125 and mouse, and achieved an IS4, double IS4 by Elysium and Yori 12, and no, triple IS4 alongside Valrider. I think you're lying, fella. No ivory. Okay, so yeah, they have two different clans, and I think that would be better to say it in this way. So Foxy's team and Gravitas, I think that would be better to do it this way. And we are seeing Veil committing mostly to A this time, also A1N1. So, you know, Veil already lost some hit points with Task the Killer, but A1N1 just pushing really hard. But Elysium, what is going on here? And he's going from behind of Animosa. Animosa is in deep trouble. A1N1 needs to kill one tank as soon as possible. Animosa is in loads of trouble, but he's the first tank down. Not sure how much damage he has done. We can check it later. But Star is now a one-shot. He is going to be killed by Comedy. He needs to land that shell. He kills off Comedy. And he's looking, and we are seeing Task the Killer, now a one-shotter, killed by Prince. But we are also seeing A1N1 now down by almost by more than 2k hit points. This is really hard. It needs to work really well in a bit though. Vamilo making a good move to run away. But is it going to be enough? Naka is looking for Vamilo. Good shot there. I think Vamilo cannot run away. Submit to A1N1. But even if he submits to A1N1, Veil still has a healthy hit point pool lead. And good to know that you're gonna get hacked, Bella. That's always a good thing to hear. But Vamilo is now cared. Unfortunately got focused hard there, but B Comedy is just showing the backside to Black Star. This is just ruthless gameplay by Veil indeed. Aneka just rushing into Yori 12. And I think Elysium with that move, I don't know why A1N1 didn't take notice of that move, but that was a good move from Elysium. It kind of initiated a respawn, so A1N1 and Veil was totally in control of the situation. Naka now dead, and that leaves both Comedy and Didi Sala the last people standing. And Valrider is now killed. Didi Sala is killed, and Comedy is trying to hide, but he can't hide no more. Black Star and that mouse tracked the Black Star, but no, Black Star kills off Comedy. That was a very quick game from Veil, I must say. A1N1 has 3 tanks doing more than 2k, and Veil 5 tanks doing more than 2k. And A1N1 will be wondering what had happened there. Second game, Chieftain, I think that was a very good move from Elysium with that move. But I think a bigger question would be why A1N1 didn't take notice of that move from Elysium. Chieftain, unfortunately, he got absolutely shut down very quickly. Chieftain has good gun depression, but working with that position, the left side can be a problem though. Has kind of tall tracks, but let me see. And here we go. PM. I don't know what you're talking about, but here we go. Veil 5. Here we go. Veil amazing performance, and Veil are through to the semi-finals, and we are going to be seeing the results of other teams: Shadow versus Serenity. And it's very quick, so I'm not sure if other matches have finished yet. Oh, they've beaten Shadow 2-0, so it's going to be Serenity versus Veil. It's going to be very fun to watch, I admit. And next we have APA versus IW. They still play, so it could go into the tiebreaker. And finally, we have Fuha versus Gravitas. And here we go. Gravitas 2-0 against Fuha. They're waiting for their opponent, so it's some really quick games right there. And we are almost I think we are halfway through already, and we just have 2 more games to go through. And very soon we have comedy in the interview as we interview A1N1's performance tonight. So here we go. IW versus APA. Still going on, so we're still waiting for that. Both teams closely matched, but IW winning rate 2-0. They should be very, very confident in their chances against APA. We'll wait for comedy to respawn to me, and here we go. Right, while we wait, maybe I will play. Okay, I shouldn't play. Oh, APA 2-0 against IW. Good result from APA. So, APA through, and the next opponent they're going to be meeting will be Gravitas. And here we go. The leaderboard will look like this. Greetings to IW from Final 8. I don't know Final 8. So, the table is looking as follows. Serenity in the first place, IW second place alongside Shadow and A1N1. Fifth place we have APA, and they could further earn more cups if they finish higher than the fourth place tonight. BPS in sixth alongside Rackham. Gravitas team, or the other BPS team, I will put it in this way, tied with Vale in the number of cups, and if they finish higher than fourth, they could potentially leapfrog Foxy's team and Rackham to get to the sixth place. GG to Vale it is. Meanwhile, Endgame in the 10th place, not in the top 8 so far tonight. And we also have the other team. Okay, I think we know Serenity, Vale, APA, and BPS, Gravitas team are in the semi-finals tonight, and I think they will be the top 8 we're seeing in the final on the EE service. So I'm not very surprised about that. I'm more surprised about Endgame getting knocked out, and also who else? Oh, Endgame and Raid getting knocked out. Oh. I'm doing quite cool. Good. So, very soon we have Comedy in the interview, and we're going to talk about...
Hello, good evening.
Comedy. Good evening, Comedy. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great as well. Congratulations to your team, A1N1, for reaching the quarterfinals tonight, and
Thank you very much.
Some close on the way, and also top the group on Monday. So, what do you think about the performance tonight?
Well, I mean, we had a good show off between the first two teams. I think we played very well on in those games. But I mean, the main player was Vale today. Obviously, and we could have definitely improved a little bit with the matches against Vale, because I personally think that our first map, the push, was a little bit uncoordinated. We could have practiced a little bit more on that, and especially it was unlucky with some players, because a criminal had some issues, so we had to do a quick swap, so the Super Conqueror wasn't very appreciated and wasn't planned.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Oh, so there's some communication issues in the second game then.
Yeah.
Ooh, that wasn't good to hear, but right, so I mean, talking about your expectations, I heard that you're hoping to reach top 12 this season. So
Yes.
So what will be your expectations for the rest of the year, actually, with A1N1?
Well, it's difficult to say what's going to happen during the year, but for this season, I mean, we have this one loss against Vale, but that's not such a big deal. We still get to be in the top bracket, so that's a good thing. And yeah, I mean, we played well against the other teams today, and I'm looking on it quite optimistically.
Oh, that's good to hear. And I mean that's really good. I really wish your team all the best in this season and also this year. And I don't know what else to say, but hopefully, what we expect. I mean, for the rest of the previous skill tournaments, what clan would you think that you would want to play against to kind of train your skills and so on? And what clans do you think would pose a lot of difficulty to you guys?
Well, I think the old top 8 teams could prove to be difficult, although as far as I know, APA isn't as top-notch nowadays as they were. But also the newcomers like Ivy and BPS, honestly, as well, seem to pose a real threat, as well as Serenity.
I mean, obviously, with Serenity being the champions of the Blitz Premier Cup,
yes.
So I mean, they're obviously very strong indeed. But I mean, APA was also very promising tonight. They beat IW 2-0, so at least they
That's
are
true.
not much weaker than before. I think they can still be a force to be reckoned with. So
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, I know them personally, and I I know that they have a little bit of trouble.
right.
But I hope they can sort it out.
No, I hope they will. I mean, tonight wasn't bad for them. I mean, at least they're now in the top 8. So
That's true. They're fighting in the semifinals.
true. So I think that is going to be streamed by Fujit. So we'll see how AP is going to play against Gravitas team or BPS, and meanwhile we're following Serenity for this build. So I wish you all the best. But thanks for your time. For the
No
interview.
problem. Thank you.
No worries. I'll see you later then.
Yep. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye.
See you.
Right, that was comedy from A1N1's team. Because most of them are Arabic, so not a lot of them can. So the team captain has arranged for me to interview comedy, which he claims to be better in English than himself. So that's why comedy is with me in the interview tonight. And once again, the leaderboard is looking as follows. Serenity top of the table with 6,164 cups. IW, Shadow, and A1N1 joint second place with 5,874 cups. APA fifth place, 5,870 cups. BPS, no, the Gravitas team in the sixth place with alongside Rackham. No, that is the Foxy's team. Still above Gravitas team, which is closely behind in the 8th place alongside Vale with 5,588 cups. And Game in the 10th place with 5,510 cups. TFCZ tied with Cash and Zenith 5,322 cups. Fuha 5,298 cups. FV207 tied with Spartan Raid with 5,216 cups. PCRG, Repti, and Sia out of top 16, and they are looking for much better performance in the next previous tournament, and that will begin tomorrow. Ouch, my legs! And here we go. We don't have a lot of time left, so we only have 10 minutes left, so I cannot absolutely analyze the match. So what we're going to do now, we are going to brief you once again what to expect. For those of you who just watched this stream, who have no idea what is going on, what you're trying to watch, you're watching World Tank Splits esports, and it's such an exciting thing to watch. And it's much better than playing random matches, I can assure you. And if you are very frustrated with the matchmaking you're having right now, go watch my stream, and you will be inspired by the best players in this server. And why not be inspired than to be frustrated, as one might claim to be. And all games are playing the best of 3 series. That is, whichever team wins the first 2 matches will win the fixture. The format is a single elimination knockout stage of a match for the 3rd place, but the tournament is seeded by the average of the win rate of the 7 best players in the team, and the team earns a number of cups depending on where they finish, and the leaderboard ranks teams in descending order of cups. Top 8 to the professionals, and a 9 to the 16th place to the challengers tournament. And we are on the 2nd day with at most 32 teams in one group. We have 28 teams competing tonight, and all games are played in supremacy mode. Hello Vengeance, hello Heavenlop, hello Yori12. I can see you, Heavenlop. Don't try to sneak a peek. Yeah, Heavenlop. What happened to Rackham? Oh no, I forgot. I forgot whether you're in Rackham or not. Please tell me if it's the case. And here are the number of cups that a team can earn in the previous Q tournaments. The timeline is as follows: April the 26th to the May the 14th will be the previous Q tournaments, and thereafter professionals tournament May the 19th to the May the 23rd. And challengers tournament the same May the 19th to the May the 23rd. This is the schedule for you. With now we're going for the semi-finals to be streamed in 8 minutes, and there's a 5-minute delay on the stream because teams are not allowed to stream snipe. In other words, they are not allowed to know what the other team's taking for the tanks, and also the positions they are going to be taking on the map. And this is the lineup for A1N1, but that doesn't matter because they are eliminated for tonight. They were eliminated for tonight, and both Endgame and Raid were also eliminated tonight, but they are following the bracket. So Ari and I will be following the same bracket, and Footed Splits will be following IW's bracket. Will be following APA versus Gravitas. And it's it. We will have to invite soon, so what we're going to do, I'm going to, change the logo, change the overlay for the battle screen. Here we go, before I forget. Serenity, winners of the Blitz Premier Cup against Vale, who has beaten the winner of the winter season previously. How? Well, what is going to happen in this one? We'll find out soon. And we'll see if the review is going to go up. Oh, fun one to watch. Obviously, it is fun to watch. Why is it not fun to watch? Who told you tournaments are not fun to watch? If that person is saying that, then that person is lying. It doesn't start now. It starts in around 5 minutes. So here we are, and I'm having news that tournament server crashed. It doesn't seem to affect this tournament server though with the previous skill tournament, so at least there will be something else going on with Vale versus Serenity. Peter will be streaming this match as well. And good luck, guys. Yeah, good luck all. Vale going with double T22 by Elysium and Tustin Killer. At double Crown Bargains will be played by the Black Star and Vermillion Star, T125, Valrider, IS7 potentially, and Rory 12 in the IS4. On the other hand, Serenity going with People Devil, also known as Bobby, in the IS4, alongside People Dog, or it's not Phoenix if I remember correctly, it's Lego. It's Lego late. Herr Kimmich in the Crown Wagen, People Gel. And Vickers like Spitfires and the T125 Days in the level 1 and Alpha E100. Tritunier and Platinum spectating this match, but Serenity, they will show us some good matches here, and we are on Yukon, which is a map that is somewhat heavy oriented, and a lot of action happening going to the on the factory side. And we'll never know what's going to happen, but the D side can also be important with the mediums and lights. You get spots, get decap and rotation, I must say. But we will see. We'll find out soon. Here we are. Not much to say about that Ucoin. There are 4 caps on Ucoin, and previously when this map was released, the cap every second, if you have a cap, if you have a base captured, every second there will be 5 cap points of increment. And this has since been fixed and changed to 3 points, so it's not as cap oriented as before, but it's still very important that you get the caps for this match, for this map, because that will give you an advantage over caps, and you want cap advantage, don't you? And hit points as well is important. We might see some heavy tanks here, but Vale is a force to be reckoned with. They are very strong against A1N1 and against Serenity. It's going to be a harder match for them. And Serenity, they want to do as good as they could, because if they don't, how do we? I don't know if they're going to suffer by seeding once again, because they were drawn against. They were drawn against Loka on Monday. And potentially, if APA won a game against VPS or Gravitas, Serenity I don't know what you're talking about, the low booth. I didn't call you out though, but I don't know, sort yourself out. Maybe you're drunk, but okay, both teams are now ready with People Devil in the E100 Spitfires VK72.01K, Triple T110E5 by People Dog, Days and Alpha, Kimmich in the Kramwagen and People Gel T22, Veil, Double T22 by Elysium, Tustin Killer, Black Star, Kramwagen, Val Rider and Star, Double T110E5 by Miller, also the Kramwagen and Yori 12 IS4. And the Veil with Double T22 will be very important in coordinating with one another. They have a lot of DPM, they have some armor, but they will that would also mean they will have lower hit points as well. And Serenity, they might change. Devil might change into Nartec. They can still stick with E100. I mean, he will stick with E100, but with very super heavies. Chances are both of these German super heavies has really good alpha. But low DPM and accuracy. Let's see how they're going to work with these two tanks, but they will bring Serenity a lot of hit points cushion from, and Veil, they have to trade basically a lot better than Serenity, as you can see. Oh, not a lot of hit point difference actually. Maybe because T110E5 doesn't have lots of hit points, I don't know, but it's going to be just very marginal difference it is. I don't know if it's going to give Serenity a false sense of advantage though, because you can see People Gel has really low hit points, but Veil, they have the IS4 with a lot of hit points and double Kramwagen as well, so B is going to be captured by People Gel. It is. So Serenity are going to get A as well. That will give Serenity the cap advantage. And what Serenity needs to do in this situation, they have a slight table advantage and also the caps. Stay safe. An absolute one shot could mean Serenity will lose the hit point pool advantage. Oh, good shot! Wow, where did that spot come from? Fabilo got spotted rotating at very far back. I mean, no Vickers Light here. Kimmich in that Kramwagen, I can't believe he spotted that. I'm tempted to say he did that, but how did that even got swallowed up? I think Van Miller would be raging right now to see that happening there. And Veil, the problem with Veil's lineup so far is they're so spread out. But on the other hand, they could absolutely pincer Serenity hard. So you will never know how it's going to propagate. And Serenity, they have two caps, Veil with only one, so it's all on Veil to make a move as soon as possible. And sooner or later, they cannot win by killing all 7 tanks, but they need to get a cap. So Serenity, at this point, they will be looking to defend B because this is the cap that is the easiest to get. Nay, I think is also it's hard to get. But Serenity, they are closely bunched up, so depending on where Veil is going to push, Serenity needs to regroup into a horizontal straight line. The Veil could absolutely surprise Serenity. Ooh, actually shot onto the Black Star. I'm not sure if it's the call right there. I'm not sure if it could have done with not to hit actually shell. Familiar put its good shell into Alpha, and Alpha is down to 1,709 hit points, and still Serenity has the hit point put advantage. Oh, Spitfires took a big hit right there. But People Dog is looking to reset Yori 12, and he does it. Oh, bounces is going from Kimmich, and another bounce as well. Oh, Serenity not doing really well in connecting their shots, and Yori 12 still trying to get B. But on the other hand, Black Star has done a brilliant job in shutting down Spitfires and People Dog, and it's going to be Serenity in some sort of trouble right now. And hit points are still neck and neck here, but Serenity are gradually leading in hit points. But Veil, are they finally able to get B? No. And Van Miller is killed. Serenity has made a move on the other side now. Elysium is now trapped, and he needs He needs to get out of this, and he needs to kill off Alpha. He kills off Alpha. That is always a good thing to see. But Serenity, People Devil is now dead. It's now 5 versus 6, but so many low hit point targets. And you saw what happened to GEV. If you have a lot of tanks alive, you can absolutely work with your effective TPM, and that could work against Serenity right here. With Star finally dead, the numbers are almost equal, and Tarston Killer is looking for Herr Kimmich, and Elysium still staying alive despite all the effort from Elysium. I don't know, double T20, this can be crucial here. Elysium needs to stay alive, but his DPM can be very important. Days kills off Elysium, saving Herr Kimmich from his troubles, but that cost Serenity the hit point pool lead here. And Tarston Killer is now a one-shot, but People Jet is going to reload quicker, and it's going to be Herr Kimmich finishing him off. And 2 caps still for Serenity. It's still really close to combat, but Black Star needs to kill one tank as soon as possible. Herr Kimmich is now one-shot. People Jet is now one-shot. Herr Kimmich and People Gel needs to stay alive with Blaze, looking for the backside of the Black Star. Can they stay alive? Black Star need that kill, but almost People Gel. He picks up. He's a dead man. But good shell from Daisy. Oh no! Black Star is killed by People Gel just in time, and the hands Serenity an important win right there. Oh my goodness me! Both teams playing it really good. But Vale almost able to work with an L shape to detangle, I don't know, to break down Serenity's lineup here, and they are unable to regroup into horizontal straight lines. You can only give credit to Vale for almost able to break Serenity's forces down, but I think it all went south for Vale when Serenity decided to push on the other side near A, and that was a brilliant move from Serenity. I totally missed that on the stream, I apologize, but 6 tanks doing more than 2k for Serenity with Vale. 4 tanks doing more than 2k. We can absolutely say Vale did all they could to win this one, and it was close. It was really close. Serenity on a match win right now. It's 1-0 for Serenity. Okay, so now Serenity's dropping the U100 and the VK72.0. Okay, maybe they think it's a little bit too ambitious, so they are changing into double mouse right now with Kimmich and Spitfires. And let me remind you about Nikolai doing more than 7k in that mouse, so absolutely could work wonders on the Lieutenant. People Devil in the T22 and triple E5 by People Dog, Days and Alpha with People Gel in the biggest light. Vale once again double T22. I don't think it was the main reason why they lost, but I think they got caught off guard with Serenity making a move over them. But can they work wonders with a double T22 strat once again? We will find out soon. But Star double T125 alongside Val Rider, Vermillo double Crown Wagon alongside Black Star, Euro 12 Ice 4. This time Vale's on the north spawn and Serenity red team south spawn. So Vale with the blue team is going all the way to A, and Serenity red team is going mostly to A as well, I'd say. So I think a lot of action will be happening on A very quickly. And let's actually head over to the Black Star's perspective. He spoiled up those double mouses. Oh, here Kimmich tries to put a shell onto the Black Star. Wasn't successful. But here Kimmich, no, Black Star is ignoring the cat reset on C. They got B, so they don't need to reset C. But Vermillion is going for cat reset on C anyhow. So let's go over and look at Vermillion. Good shot into both Spitfires and here Kimmich. He can put another good shot into Spitfires, and Vermillion starts well for Vale actually. And Serenity with the Vickers Light and T22 rotating backwards, and Vale is pushing the lineup, and I think Serenity might be looking for a push onto Vermillo. Vermillo is going to be under loads and loads of trouble, and can Serenity finish off Vermillo quickly enough before Daze goes down? Because on the other hand, Daze, you can see his perspective. He is not long for this world. And Vermillo is now killed at Daze. It's now a one-shot killed by Star. And on the other hand, Yori 12 is the next tag possibly isolated for Vale. But hit points are still in favor of Vale. So Vale, Yori 12 just needs to stay behind. And it's still pretty much anyone's game right now. Vale leading by 1k hit points, and this can be very, very important indeed. People Devil, Adrenaline, looking to put another shell, but couldn't connect into anyone. And if we head down to People Devil's perspective, oh, he's getting pushed by both Rider, and also, oh, that was a terrible bounce by People Devil. He needs a shield. People Dog doing the Lambda potential. Oh, it's another bounce by People Devil, but Star bounce onto People Devil. Oh, that would be costly, but no. Serenity now down by more than 3k, and Vale just needs to pick up the pieces one by one. And then Elysium's chasing People Gel is still really, really close to call. People Dog bounces onto Star. Serenity, so many bounces this time. And that wasn't good enough for them. Vale got 2 caps already. People Gel is now killed by Elysium. And People Dog is now one shot. And that would mean Serenity would lose the next one. And Star is killed by Herkimmich, and People Dog bounced a shell from Yori 12. Elysium kills off People Dog with Herkimmich looking for a bounce onto Yori 12. How many bounces have Serenity done so far here? So it's not good enough. And Black Star, it's going to be looking to unleash his clip into Spitfires. And wow, Spitfires, good shout into Black Star, but would that be enough? I don't think so. He needs to absolutely bounce all of his shells, but People Dead was now dead. Elysium's now dead. And Spitfires bounce a shell onto Black Star. Always important to bounce a shell. And puts a good shell into Black Star. Can Spitfires do the absolute unthinkable? No, he can't. Black Star kills off Spitfires, leaving Yori 12 killing off Herkimmich as well. Wow, what a game it is from both teams of Ville. I must say. Serenity, too many bounces this time, and that costed the game when it's all about killing all 7 tanks. Vale simply a lot better in the hit point, in the damage sharing, in terms of effectiveness, shot effectiveness. And I will go back and look at the stats again, and we can see how many shots were bounced. So, let's go to Herkimmich. 2 shots in the pen. Spitfires. I mean, the bounces did really well with the shots though, but look at People Dog. 5 shots didn't connect. Almost half of his shells didn't connect. People Gel has all of his shells connect, but People Devil, 7 shells only connected. And Alpha, almost all of his shells connected, but Daze, half of his shells didn't connect. But Yuri 12 would connect most of his shells actually. The Black Star almost connected all of his shells, but Elysium only bounced 3. Casting Killer only bounced 1. Star only bounced 2. Vermillo put all of his shells in. That was very important indeed. And Valrider almost put all of his shells here as well. So Serenity, the bounces were very crucial, and well, that lost them a game basically. And despite Yuri 12 bouncing a lot of shells, that wasn't very terrible. And well, that was just overall good match from Vale. So now we are on to Alpenstadt. North side have the advantage with getting caps. So I'm not sure. Oh, Elysium is offline. That's not good, but he's back, so it's fine. Serenity doing double German heavies once again, but Alpenstadt can be quite open in some areas, so we'll see how it's going to operate, but could be a problem. But you have the middle side, which is really good for the German heavy, so you never know. Oh, my nose is getting itchy for some reason. So north side, we have Veil, blue team, south spawn, red team, Serenity. People Jail, and that Vacant Slide is going to get some spots up. He's going to spot up Star, potentially. Is it going to be the case? Nope, not getting the spots up. But he doesn't know where the tanks are, so People Jail spotted up Foul Rider, spotted up Elysium and Euro 12, and what he could only do is to run away. He's not doing so. He is. I don't know if it's going to be too late. He's spotted now, or he needs to run away safely now. I'm not sure if Veil has the shots to connect with, but he can't stay here for too long. And Veil looking very good at indeed. Yes, and C is now getting captured by Serenity. And Alpha takes some hits trying to get into C. But it's going to be Serenity with a hit point with a cap lead, but they are down by more than 1k. So in this situation, what you could do is that you need to find the weakness of the Serenity's lineup, and there is only like 5 points of deficit. So brief occupation of C cap will swing the cap points back into Veil's favor. So when you stop a cap, when you're in the cap, you stop the enemies from getting cap points, and a few seconds will be enough because they're just only around 5 cap points of difference. So Veil can absolutely do that, and they can also, you know, push their line up really hard, really aggressively, and they just need to bleed Serenity. That's all they just need to do, and they need to kill a tank, obviously. And if they have a substantial hit point pool lead, that would help them a lot in coordinating a good rotation indeed. Oh, low move. I'm very, very happy. I hope you learned something from that. I'm very happy you saw high level of performance between high level performance in this one. They are very good players. One of the best players in the server, to say the least. Kimmich is going to be waiting for anyone crossing there, but still Veil leading by 1k. So Serenity still waiting for Veil to make a move right now, and all they could do is defend. Well, good shot from Kimmich in Star, but Veil is now making a push. This can be the make or break move for Serenity. Alpha! Oh no, he is going to be shut down by Veil's forces. Serenity on the other hand is looking for B as well, but this is looking very worse for wear for Alpha. Oh no, it's dropped the reactive armor, but how long could he survive? But Serenity has the hit point pool lead once again, but is it going to be enough? So Alpha is going to go down very, very soon, and Veil, none of the tanks look like one-shots, and Spitfire is also one-shot, and Veil is looking very promising here, and Black Star is at the focus for Serenity. Spitfire is finally down 5-7. Flamillo is dead. Black Star probably the next tank. Oh, Kimmich with a terrible bounce right there. Oh no, that might change matters. And on the other hand, Veil got C, so time is ticking for Serenity. They need caps, they need kills, and they have hit points though. I don't know. This is very close call. This is very, very tight indeed. On the other hand, let's go down Vickers like 1v1 Tustin Killer or People Jail. I think Bobby's going to make a poll tonight. Team Tustin Killer versus Team People Jail. Who is going to win this one? People Jail. It's going to win this one indeed, but People Dog is also down. It's 2 caps for Veil right now. Veil just needs to survive for long enough, and it's going to be over for Serenity. But Black Star's dead. People Jail was also dead. 3 versus 2. People Jail is going to go for A. And Yuri 12 is a one-shot, and Days cannot afford to bounce that one. Yuri 12 bounced into Days, and Yuri 12 got killed by Days, and this one, Elysium versus Kimmich. Elysium is looking to kill off Kimmich there, but Elysium is not able to shut down Kimmich, but not able to get B. Oh dear. This is really close to call. Serenity got 3 caps. This is really tight. Elysium, can he stay alive? But I don't think so. It's going to be Serenity into the finals. What a game that was. Oh my goodness me. Very strong performance once again into C. But I think they just focused too much on C and and just left B. But they also got but they also had someone on B as well. But I mean, that was a little bit you know, as I say, spread out or maybe unconsolidated. Maybe that was the reason why they are lost. But Alpha, how did he manage to survive that situation? I have no idea. But absolutely Hakimi with that bounce almost cost Serenity the game. It was just absolutely wonderful performance by both teams. I'm very happy about them. Elysium 3 kills in that IS4 could do nothing to salvage this. Let's see. The problem with 11/16 tournaments, you cannot afford to bounce too many shells. 11/16 is not a good number. I mean, you put 11 shells and that's good, but these 5 shells could count a lot, and especially that second game of Serenity, you saw a lot of crucial bounces that should not have that could have changed a lot of things there. So I would say Serenity just got quite nervous there, but that third game on Alpenstadt was just brilliant. And here we go. Next we have APA 2-1 against Gravitas team. So good job to APA, and they're going to meet Serenity in the finals. So well then, I mean, AP doesn't need a win-rate seeding to help them. They're good themselves. They're good by themselves already. So, so here we go. Serenity versus AP once again. I think they met one another in the group stage in the finals. So it will be another nice set of games to watch. So here we go. We'll either go for. I mean, last game was so good. We can analyze the last game if need be, and we'll see if Aries wants to talk once again with me on the finals. It is. With Serenity, absolutely. I must say, Vale did really well tonight with that performance. I don't think they should be disappointed with that. That was very good. That was very good indeed. And they were. It could have gone either way. Or to be honest with you, they will be facing BPS or Gravitas team in the match for the third place. So everything could happen. Anything can happen for them. And good luck for Vale to win against Gravitas team. Alpha is a bait. I don't know if it's part of the game plan, but I don't think that was part of the game plan. But but absolutely, when Alpha got rushed, Serenity made a move in the middle, and that's a really quick reaction from Serenity. We still have only like 9 minutes to wait, so I don't think we will be able to speak to Avery about the game. That game, I love that game. All three games are very, very good. All like could have gone either way. All three games could have gone either way. The first game, I think, Serenity and Veil, if I remember correctly, it was really down to Serenity. That move onto those mediums won them the game in the end, but they were also bleeding a lot on the other end. And should Veil be more, and also they've done a really good L shape. I think I mentioned that to prohibit. Okay. To prohibit, as I say, Serenity to get a good formation. I think that that was a very good job from Veil, but it was really that move from Serenity over to Veil's medium tanks, which is obviously their weakness with the mediums and the lack of HP. The second game, I think it was Serenity bouncing too many crucial shells there, and if they had penciled their shells, could have done a lot differently. I think Veil's still really good focus fire. I mean, Veil's did really well, responded really well, and good timing to push on to Serenity. And Serenity, both teams reacted quickly when one tank got pushed. It's still anyone's game there, but you never know if Serenity penetrate all their shells. Could have been a totally different story. And the last game was just beautiful. I must say, I was very worried about Serenity at one point. They don't have a hit point pool advantage. They have caps, but just a tiny wee bit. And I was so worried about Alpha getting shut down very quickly. But Serenity, that move in the middle was very important, and the 1v1 brawls. And yeah, we can laugh about Kimmich bouncing in that E100, but when it matters, when it comes down to the last minute or so, the very, very close matches, I don't know if they would be laughing at that. So, but good that Serenity still manages to win. But it was so close. Veil did a good rotation to C, but Serenity good move down B, catching Veil isolated, but also Veil catching Serenity isolated. So it was pretty much like cat and mouse, but Serenity was better in two of them. And all the best to Veil. I think they can be a good contender for the top 8. So I think the room should be up at any moment. There we go. Well, all three of us will be streaming the finals. None of us will be following the match for the third place. We are seeing Serenity versus APA. So here we go. And I will be changing my overlays. Right, I'll push that once again. I'm not sure if APA has watched the games of Serenity against Bayo, but I don't think there's a lot to write home about because it's pretty reactionary for that game. So don't think it's like the same thing that Serenity's going to do. It's like no obvious strategy that Serenity employed in that one. Maybe just the caps. You never know. But APA so far has done really well to reach to this stage. They go with Yennefer in the T22, Sinkierovnica in the T125 alongside Wisnia, and also the Witcher, and Ernest and the Progetto, essentially a light bulb in the Kranvagen, and Ossio in the mouse. On the other hand, Serenity going with Days in the T125, Spitfires in the mouse, Platinum in the T125 as well, Gel in the Vickers Light, People Dog in the Kranvagen, Kimmich in the U100, and People Demo in the T125.
I've been painting every fence I know. Every color bleeds into the same. 'Cause before you go and walk away, yeah, you better know where you're going. You're a wanderer just like me. Yeah, you better know where you're going.
Yeah, I think there is something wrong. You can't trust random map allocation all the time. You need to, you know, apply certain restrictions so that it won't appear a lot of times. But at least it will appear 2 times because, you know, there are how many? 9 rounds that would total to 18 maps. So high chance that one map will get repeated twice. Although there are like 20 maps in this game that can be played in tournaments. So yeah, it's within 20 maps, but absolutely you can get a repeat. And so here we go, Serenity going with quadruple T125s by Devil, Kimmich, Platinum, and Days. People Dog IS4, Vickers Light by People Gel and Spitfires a mouse. And I'm not going to brief the map once again, but Yennefer and it's double T22. What's going to happen? We'll find out soon. But I think this is a much better APA's team. I don't think it's a weaker APA's team from the performance tonight. Or that being said, APA is always very good in the first skill tournaments. I think that's a pattern. And then they start to go. I don't know if they start to go down like that, but that happened to. Well, that didn't really happen to previous seasons. Like winter season, they kind of went up and down in the previous skill tournament. They have some absolutely terrible days, but they absolutely have some amazing days as well. So you can't say for APA. Serenity. They have to overcome the last hurdle before, and I mean they want to finish first because they suffer in this win rate seeding. So why not go all the way through and win them all? People jail. What have you done? You couldn't even penetrate yourself, but that doesn't matter. It's just at the start of the game, Serenity still has a hit point pool advantage, so that doesn't matter too much. So People jail, you are spared from punishment, pretty much. And here we go. People jail is going for C. I think he's making up for his mistake there. But always, Serenity will be getting a cap lead that will put them in advantage, and especially when they have the hit points, APA losing hit points, and Wisnia. Oh, but let's look at Wisnia. Is he in a good position? I don't think so. But APA doesn't have a cap to begin with. How can it even get a cap? A is heavily fortified by Serenity. But the problem is, with this situation, APA not getting any caps at all means that Serenity has to defend all 3 caps. Would that wear Serenity's lineup thin? And I don't think it will be a good choice for Serenity to defend A, because if they get A, they still have the hit point pool advantage. And Ernest going past Yennefer, going past through the beauty, going past through the lane without getting punished. B is now going to be captured by Osseo, and Serenity needs to make a move on the other side as well. I sense some trouble for Serenity right now. C is going to be captured by the APA, but Osseo is going to capture B at the same time as well. I have a bad feeling about this, but the triple T110E5 is looking for Visney at 3 versus 1. That's not what you want to see. APA really applying pressure over here. Or we can take a look at this position. AP, I think they have a good advantage right now. People thought it's going to go down really soon, but 3 versus 1 and a tank going for A. Is that too much for Serenity? I think that could be too much for Serenity to deal with, but they're focusing care of Nika really well here. Tracked care of Nika. But I don't know. It's still really close to call with Serenity. They're still in the leading hit points, and oh, that was a poor bounce by People Devil. And how did it take so long for the APA to kill those 2 T110E5, or T110E5 Nias4? That's not good indeed, but Spitfire is now dead, and AP still with 2 caps, and hit points still neck and neck for odd reasons. I have no idea why. But APA had a really good advantage at one point, but Devil is going to go down very soon. Don't focus the mouse, please, Serenity, but People Devil is now dead. It's now 3 versus 6, and that is very close to call. I don't know what's going to happen, but Sin Kier of Nika, and it's going to get rammed. No damage taken. Platinium puts good shot into Sin Kier of Nika. It's 4 versus 6. With Sin Kier of Nika now dead, Lightbulb is now going to be the focus for for Serenity potentially. Or are they simply going to ignore that? Good AT shell into Lightbulb. And Vic is like People Joe is looking for the Witcher, but he's going to go down very quickly. AP still with two caps, and I think People Joe. Oh, he gets killed just in time by the Witcher, and that is very important indeed. And Hakimi needs to land a shell into the Witcher, and he kills off the Witcher, which is important indeed. And 3 is now 2 versus 4. This is truly over for Serenity, I would say. And Lightbulb is going to be killed by Daze. Oh, it's a bounce! No! And, APA, 990 cap points, and with 1000 cap points, that means APA will get the first game. Really well done to APA, making use of the information that Serenity committed 3 tanks onto 1 and a tank onto A. Meaning 4 tanks on one side, and AP just only had 1 tank on one side. 4 versus 1 on one side at one point, leaving it, if you do the maths, 3 tanks on the other side for Serenity, and that leaves 6 tanks for APA. 6 versus 3, that is much better for APA. So, yeah, those 3 tanks could die very quickly, but for some reason they didn't die really quickly. But that still was enough. That numerical advantage that APA had on that side was very crucial indeed. And I think the triple T110E5 would be wondering whether they should have let one T110E5 to stay in Alpha instead, or support the side game rushed. And that was a good match from APA. Good reading, Serenity. Hopefully the next one they're going to do better. So far it's going to be 1-0 for APA. On the other hand, do we have any results for BPS versus Bale? They're still playing. And Serenity needs to do better than that. Double battles by Osseo and the Witcher, Lightbulb, Kramwagen, Ernest, and the Projectile 65. The only Projectile has clip potential, but the shape is a bit awkward, I must admit, and the mobility is not the best indeed. And with only 1 Projectile, I will have to see how Ernest is going to work with that tank. But I hope he will prove me wrong as always. And with Sinkiernik in the T110E5 and Wisnia in the T110E5 as well. Yennefer E100, Serenity, Kokime E100, Spitfire, Mouse, triple T110E5 Spy, Platinum, Days, and who else? And also Days. People Gel, T282, Spitfires, Mouse, People Dog, Ice for Hikime, E100. Ernest is watching football. What important matches is here tonight? I'm going to show. I'm going to check my phone. Football matches. I think it is Manchester City versus PSG. I think this is the most important match. And so far in the semi-finals, PSG is leading Man City. Manchester City 1-0 in the Champions League. On the other hand, La Liga, we have Athletic Club Bilbao 2-2 against Valladolid. And not much to say otherwise. It's, yeah, it's just these two probably. Just only one important match you're watching right now. But APA this time will be getting C. And A is going to be obtained by Serenity, but as I said, always North Spawn you will have the cap. You have the cap advantage. It's an inherent advantage. I don't know why. I think Wargaming needs to fix the map a little bit, but Serenity does not have the cap points. They do not have the hit points as well. This is going to be hard for Serenity. Good shot at Osseo. In this situation, Poké Spy is not important. What's more important is to chip away the hit points of APA. So that when you rotate, it's easier to deal with that. And Serenity and people there will receive a big shot. No, you do not want to lose hit points. And that will make it harder for you to rotate because to defend, you just need to shred the hit points. You need to take away their hit points, and if they rush with low hit points, then it's easy to defend. Common sense, isn't it? So Osseo is now spotted in that mouse, and very quickly here. No, People Dog. How? Tried to put a shot into mouse, but no, I don't think he did. And Spitfires. Osseo receives another shell and it doesn't. Oh, Spitfires. Good shell from the Witcher here. So far, APA is trading better. I don't know, slightly better. And Serenity needs to trade much better than APA. They're still down by 1k. They're now down by more than 1k. So in fact, Serenity is not trading well. Oh, People Gel. Well, at this rate, Serenity is going to lose. Because now they're down by more than 2k. And APA will be very happy about that, obviously. And Spitfire is receiving another hit there. This is going to be interesting. The People Dog. The Ernest is there. Let me look at Ernest. He is there. He is there to shut down People Dog. If he dares to go into B. APA has the total control. Ernest just moved back in at the wrong time. Oh, Ernest looking to track People Dog. Oh, got a shot from People Gel in the end, but it wasn't enough. APA is still trading better than Serenity right now. I think Serenity could only gamble right at this situation. APA is very consolidated at one point, and I think Serenity, they have the map control, but they don't have the hit points. APA just need to park the bus and it's over for Serenity. Looking at People Dog, it's still really low. I have a bad feeling about Serenity about this one. I don't know. Let's go. This is really tense indeed. And Ernest is going to get some important spots in this spot. In this area, he's getting aggressive. But wait till he knows that there are heavy tanks. Oh, People Dog. Ernest. Oh my god. Good shot into People Dog. People Gel. Team People Gel versus Team Ernest. Who is going to win this one? Run for this one. Mind you, APA still has the hit point pool lead. But they don't have B as well. I don't know. 800 cap points. Anything could change at this point. I think People Dog is abandoning. The Devil is abandoning. People Gel is abandoning. Ernest there. Oh, good shot into Ernest. This is still really close to call. Hit points still neck and neck here, but People Dog's going to go down really quickly. Well, this is ascending into Entropy here. The triple T125s. Well, that could be a breakthrough right here. Serenity, they need Kier of Nika out. Oh dear, they got C as they temporarily stopped C from capturing. People Dog is now dead. Kier of Nika is now killed. 925 and I don't know what's going to happen. People Gel might be killed by Ernest there. People Gel needs to stay alive. This is still really close to call. But Serenity, if they lost the tank, this is very much against them. But 990, 900, and 1000 Serenity got the second game. What has happened? How did APA lost this? How did APA lose this one? Wow. I am truly baffled. This is really one of the best games I've seen tonight in terms of being an adverse situation. How did it happen? Like that and APA just simply I don't know what's going on, but I think their thought process is like, I think we will do it. They can push all they want, but they won't win that. But I think they were wrong about that. Because Serenity, that was a very good with triple T125s on C. It's a do or die situation. They got it. That gamble worked. And 1 versus 1, Ernest almost won against that People Gel. I think he's very nervous as well. But that was simply brilliant gameplay from both teams. And Serenity, I can't say more than that. That was just impeccable. And really, they've waited until the right time to make a push, because all it matters at that point is that it's kills. And I think those people who are watching the stream, I think you can learn quite a lot from Serenity's gameplay in the last one. When you're low in down in hit points and you're down in cap points, don't panic. Just try your best to chip away hit points and do not make a push yet, because when you make a push, you know you're going to die. So they are forced to make a gamble here, and that gamble worked because they've killed tanks more quickly than APA. That kind of put some pressure on APA to finish the game off, and AP couldn't do that. And Serenity able to work with the pressure they have back to their favor, and while they're trying to make a push on the other side, I think they didn't go for C at first. I think they went for B first and C thereafter. And when Serenity went for B, APA was focusing their forces onto B, and C was kind of a surprise. It caught me by surprise as well. So Serenity, whoever was calling in that game, deserves a promotion. That was simply brilliant to watch. And we are seeing Serenity going mostly to A and B, and APA going mostly to B and C. And on this map, if you want map control, as I always say, go for C, because you have a bigger space to work with. You have an open area, more open area to work with. Cap pressure, go for both A and B, because both of these caps are very close to one another. In fact, People Dog can get B without any trouble at all. This obstacle here, this barrier, can be very important. Oh, AP and losing quite a lot of hit points already. T125's Yennefer. What is going on with her? I'm sorry if I used the wrong pronouns, but seeing Kier of Nika on C, and he's gonna get C. I just have to one day ask Yennefer your pronouns, but Hakimi is now in that bush. People Devil receives a hit there. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to it's going to be a tiebreaker, so you're not going to be watching PSG versus Man City soon enough. So people dog how down there. Advantage is with Serenity, they have 2 caps, they have keep on pool advantage as well. And I think AP will, they copy what Serenity did. They waited until like 800 cap points and make a push right there, but no, Serenity, they have 2 caps compared to AP with 1. This is a totally different story. AP needs to make a rotation as soon as possible. Killing tanks won't save them from that. They really need those caps, but Serenity, we're seeing some push over here. The Witcher and Osseo, Spitfires. Oh dear, I'm a bit worried about Serenity's defensive lineup here. Spitfires is tracked. Oh dear, this is going to be really bad news for Spitfires right here. Can he go down safely enough? He cannot afford to take another hit. He's tracked, and he has used up all his consumables. Oh, he receives an important bounce by Kiyevnika, but the ace is here in time to save Spitfires. The Witch is now dead, and Yennefer is now really low. Now Serenity with 800 cap points. This is looking really good for Serenity right now, but APA, these 2 tanks, they need to kill 1 tank. Ernest is dead, Visnia is now dead, Yennefer is now 1 shot, and this is over for APA. 2-1 for Serenity. That is Osseo now going to be the focus for Serenity, and it's going to be Serenity's game. Very well done to Serenity indeed, and I think it was the crossfire from May that won them the game basically. They tried their best to push on the Spitfires, and I was worried at one point that was going to work for APA, but Serenity just responded like immediately. They's like coming here to support Spitfire, so obviously good communication from Serenity's perspective. And APA, I mean, they kind of fell apart after they lost their cap points as well. They were panicking a bit in terms of how to push, and certainly I think if they have committed, I don't know if they should have committed, because the T22 from People Jail came from behind. That was also very important as well. So, wow. Amazing games from both teams. APA, you don't need a 100% win rate. You don't need that. Seriously, so for the love of God, just drop one of them, and I think you'll be top 8. Don't worry, you should be fine. You're very good. APA, you're very good. So, on the other hand, we will look at the results of Veil versus Gravitas team. Oh, it's Veil winning Gravitas team 2-1. Well done to Veil indeed. Or we can look at the table. And very soon we will have Fujit and in the room. And before I join and hop into the room, let me just update you the table. Veil 2-1 against against Gravitas team, and Serenity 2-1 against APA. But APA, absolutely, they have done really well in that, and both of these in the first 2 games. The third game questionable, but that doesn't matter, because what matters is that they got 2nd place in the end with 6,500 cups. Serenity, that should be enough to save them from dropping out top 8, but they cannot let their guard down though. They still have to work with the seeding. They still need to do really well in the next few previous skill tournaments. It's still not over for them yet. They still have to do really well, but good luck to Serenity. They are really they are really becoming the contenders for the spring season, I must admit. So let's hop over and join both Peter and Bridget.
Vale managed to win 2-2 over Hayjack.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
My webcam was mucking up. Hang on a minute. Let me just try and restart the webcam. So, well done, Vale. Woohoo! Well done, Vale, for beating Endgame. What a shocker. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Before we talk about that, though, because me and Jack did previously.
Fujit, why don't you tell us what happened in the game of Raid?
Yeah.
Because I am interested.
Anyway, well, to be fair, Raid didn't really put too many feet wrong. They were just completely outplayed by IW. Completely outplayed. IW played beautifully in that game. Oh, for God's sake, just been disconnected from the server for some reason. IW played beautifully, absolutely beautifully.
Right,
No one's going to hear that because it's now taking time to restart.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
they
we have
played
our
beautifully.
streams still, you know.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, they played beautifully. So
It was a fantastic evening in general, though. Even though there were upsets, and I think the upsets happened too are, in fact, very upset. Mainly being Endgame and Raid. But
yeah,
it's still the first day. Well,
Yep.
technically.
absolutely,
Um,
absolutely.
And both of these teams are good enough to definitely not have that worry them for top 8 potential.
Yep.
But I think especially today, we've seen a lot of great teams that can put a danger or also another foot into that top 8 territory. It just ends up on how the other previous skills in the future will develop from here on out, really.
But I think Serenity really needed that win tonight because their seeding isn't doing them any favor at all, and that I think winning the previous skill tournament tonight is going to help them a lot if they suffered once again from the win rate seeding, winning a couple of proofs. Serenity. I mean, they want Serenity.
And I think he's
Absolutely.
a bit more. Okay.
I mean, I was saying like Serenity, they really needed that win tonight, and I think in the next couple of Pro SQ tournaments, I think that would be their target, and because of their seeding, and it's quite unfortunate to say, but I really wish them all the best because God knows if they are going to be facing some of these teams again in the group stage in the Pro SQ tournaments. I mean, they face Loka and they have to fight hard for that.
Yeah, something
Absolutely.
also, I think that before we gloss over it entirely, and that is important to mention here, this win is even more important for the sole reason of it being the only group on day 2. Because usually we'd see 2 or 3 groups, at least for the EU server, maybe more, depending on the activity of the previous day. But the fact that this was the only group in the final stages, that makes these cups in the later stages that much more desirable, and it gives you that much more of an edge over other teams. Because who knows, maybe there's gonna be maybe on the next previous skill we have 2 or 3 groups in the final stage.
At most 2 groups in the final stage. There can't be 3.
Let me talk. But it's just so. For example, if we have 2 groups, we're gonna have 2 winners. We're gonna have 2 second places.
Yep.
That means you have a higher chance of getting more cups just because of the fact that there's a higher group number. But this makes it just this more important to win. And Serenity really took it out for them in that final there.
Before we kind of, rant
Serenity
about
played well in
seeding.
that final.
Yeah,
That
before
was a great final.
really great. Let's talk about Serenity versus APA. I mean, the second game. Oh my god.
That was won by a second, literally.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I thought Serenity was in trouble because they didn't have the cap lead, they didn't have the hit point pool lead. I don't know how Serenity's going to come back from that. I think at one point down by more than 2,000 hit points.
2,500 even.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were.
it was very grim for them, but I think what they did, the winning move was those triple T110E5s on C and briefly stopped the cap and rushing at the right moment because 800 cap points at that moment because both teams, Serenity APA, only have like 5 cap points of deficit, so only a brief cap stop would do the job, and also a kill would do the job. So I think Serenity realized that, and they cannot push any time earlier because they know that they have a hit point pool deficit, because they know if they rush, it's a loss for them. So they waited until the right moment and they gambled on C, and they didn't push on C in the first place, but like on B, and that I think was a masterclass from Serenity in dealing with very adverse situation. And I'm lost for words with that.
I kind of want to partially disagree with saying that it
Me
was
too.
that this was the winning move. I think
Right.
instead of saying it was a winning move, it put them back on equal footing. Because as you said, they were down on points. They were heavily
Right.
down on hit points.
Yeah.
I think they even lost the gun first. So
Mhm.
there was a brief moment where they were just behind in guns. They got that C cap though. They stole that, meaning they managed to catch up on points, but they just lost tanks so fast because of the focus fire
Yeah.
that APA had. It was really strong.
Mhm.
One thing I was confused about was Ernest leaving his team to fight off Jail, but I think that was for the sole purpose of not letting Jail farm his heavies. So
Yeah.
it was solid, and
Yeah.
he even managed to win that fight in the end, because
But
the match ended, the caps happened, the points, and after a split second after, 2 tanks died, and one of those was the T-22
thank
of
you,
Jail.
Blitz on
So
them.
Yeah.
it was,
But,
it
I
was
mean-
a really close game.
I mean, in that second game, I thought Serenity were I know they were on the back foot, but I thought they were very well composed. I think they timed their move almost to perfection, and they had the right focus, and they were taking out the tanks they needed to take out, knowing that they had that E100 of Air Kimmich coming around the back was just spectacular.
Right.
That was a great move.
True. I think whoever
Even
was
those
calling
shots
that.
into the back of APA, that was brilliant.
True.
No, I mean, when you talk about game-changing moves, I think Air Kimmich's move. I mean, if you look at the damage he dished out in that game in that E100, I
Yeah.
think that was a game changer. I mean,
For a
he
matter of fact,
managed to
he
get
won
round the
game.
back. He was huge. Yeah, his contribution to that game was huge, and it was beautiful to watch him do it.
It's
And,
not
I
just
think
that.
no, it's not just that. You had the E5s over at the C cap as well, but it was the way that Serenity were very composed, and I think they timed everything pretty well in that game. And going into that third match, it just showed you how composed Serenity can be, because APA had played pretty well all evening. To be honest with you, they hadn't really put that many feet wrong, and yet Serenity really made them look amateur in that last game on Naval Frontier. No disrespect to APA, but you know, Serenity. No, seriously, 7-0 on that map. Look at the position of the tanks for Serenity. You know, I mean, Days was tempting Yennefer and the E5s to put shots into him all the time. Pipu Dog is capping B, and then goes up there to make sure that the Crown Wagon and Yennefer can't do anything more. And it's just beautiful moves.
Yeah.
And then I thought APA were going to absolutely annihilate those 2 Crown Wagons of Air Kimmich and I can't remember who the other Crown Wagon was now.
Yeah, but Days
held
came in
on.
to rescue.
Exactly. I mean, it
Came
was
to
just
rescue.
beautiful
That's-
to watch.
And I think there was like a T20 coming from the back side as well. So
No, he
actually,
went for the Vickers. He
went
didn't
up.
even shoot.
He went up to the
oh, okay,
Vickers.
yeah, I see.
It
I
was
thought he
beautiful
kind of
to
finished it. Yeah.
watch.
But the thing
I
is,
thought-
he stopped the Vickers from helping on the Crown Wagons,
Ah,
so he still contributed. But I want to talk about Game 2 again for a second, and specifically
Sure.
Herr Kimmich, because my God, did
Well,
he
my webcam.
absolutely play well tonight.
He played beautifully.
apart
he,
from that bounce on that crowd vibe, which was very unfortunate, and
yeah, that was like okay.
that almost kind of changed it. Almost kind of brought him from hero to zero. Well, but
But-
almost.
He really was the hero of Game 2 because
Yeah. Oh, I think it was
he
a wrong game.
faced-
Sorry.
he faced the mouse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the mouse was he shot him down to like 300-400 hit points.
Yeah.
And they were on the verge of losing. So what do? You shoot a mouse with HE in your E100 straight onto the engine deck, and he managed to kill him with a fire. A fire of all
catch
things
that.
that ticked, so he died, which he was the kill that decided the points. Because as I said, a split second later, 2 tanks of his team died. So he saved that game. And in the game after, in Game 3, where they dominated, he was even cheeky enough to not shoot his full clip, but to just wait for a shot more to just then clear one of these E5s. He played amazing tonight.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And,
Even in
and
game one.
And it was just fantastic stuff to see tonight. I thought, for the opening salvo, because it's only the first PYS, we're seeing some amazing competition here.
Definitely.
True.
And
I mean, like, apart from Serenity versus AP, I mean, the first game for that, we can't talk about, like...
Yeah, can we talk about the first game?
Yeah, like, I think what went down for Serenity really, like, 3 tanks onto 1 tank and a tank
4.
capturing A. Yeah, like 4 in total, but like that Vegas like wasn't going for that tank per se. So like 4 tanks on that side versus 1, and if you do the maths, 6 versus 3 on the other side for the APA. APA didn't kill those 3 tanks quickly enough, but that didn't matter because when you have 3 tanks down, it was just game over for Serenity.
Yeah, that was Wisnia on the other side with that E5. He just held those, and not even just a short moment. He held them so long. I was like, why is he not dead yet? I don't know what he did. I didn't look over there because the main point was that push from APA. But
the thing is,
he left there.
I'll say that was the same strat they did employ against BPS. To be fair, so it's pretty much copy paste of what they literally just come out of that battle against BPS.
Yeah,
right.
We didn't see that. The thing is, Serenity though played an entirely different game to theirs tiebreak on Alpenstadt. The second game, was it the second? Yeah, the second they played similar.
Thank you, Bella. That's so nice of you. Thank you very much.
But my
God,
words, they were just amazing games today.
With that, I'm going to jump because I'm going to speak to Vale.
Right. Sure. And I think, Peter, we can keep on talking because I think we want to talk about Serenity versus Vale because it's equally exciting.
We can talk about that as well.
Yeah. I'll see you soon. Fidget, bye, Fidget.
Catch you later, guys. I'm just going to jump in and have a chat with Vale. So let's see.
Enjoy.
Alright.
And Serenity versus Vale was equally as exciting as Serenity versus APA, to be honest with you. Like, I think both of these teams so closely matched that I was like, it could be either game, either one's game for both all 3 of these matches. I think it was fantastic. The first game of Yukon, I think it was both teams have done really well. What?
I was so happy that Serenity, specifically Spitfire, played that DK. That put a smile on my face.
We
don't see it often.
No.
And usually, if you see it, it's on Dynasties.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's more or less a better E100. In my eyes. Just in my eyes. I know people are going to disagree. In my eyes, it's a better E100. And they took it on Yukon, and I thought he would take the position that the Kranwagen took, which is the encounter cap. Because you can put that pretty well. But, I mean, the Kranwagen has the clip, it's going to be better at resetting. And the position he was in the end was just that much better. And my god, that first game was such a comeback as well.
I think, the first game, Vale had them on B. Like they
really did,
they kind of isolated the Serenity tanks one by one on like B, and I was like, on B, I was like, oh dear, what is Serenity's going to do? But out of nowhere, Serenity pushed on those T22s of the Vale, and that won the game actually. When you're taking out those high DPM tanks and the T22s, they might have some armor, but at the end of the day, it's a medium tank and has low hit amount and low hit points. So
the thing as well is
that was very good job
when
from
the when the T22s came in, because I was like, oh no,
yeah,
because I saw them coming, and it was basically the best move Vale could have done. And they did the move. It's just because the Vickers and the T22 of Serenity were there. And that's what they wanted to catch because it's their DPM tanks against their own. But Serenity just ran away. It's not a bad thing. It's the right thing to do because the T22s ended up getting caught by these heavies and absolutely just trashed on, basically.
Yeah, I got nailed on. It's just like I didn't expect that move either, and I think that was a very that was a big gamble, and it paid off. And boy, it really did pay off.
Yeah, it was massive.
Very massive game there. I think second game it was Vale winning that, and I can't recall exactly what had happened. I mean, I my alien memory. I think I remember like Vale did one thing really good to win that game.
I'm just checking the battle results again.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Wasn't that where they pushed into the corner on A? Was that game? Was that game 1?
Yeah. Yeah, that game was won by Vale, and I think it was like I can't really remember exactly has happened there. I remember I think I kind of mentioned one thing that Vale did really well to win that game, and as I said,
about tanks. I think it was the focus fire. Because if we look at the battle,
I remember. Yeah, I think I mentioned. I kind of looked into how many shots that Serenity bounced because Serenity bounced so many shots in that game, and that really costed the game. I think both teams similar level of focus fire. Vale maybe a notch better, but I think what matters a lot in brawling situations is shot effectiveness and those crucial shells. You can't afford to bounce them, and Serenity, some big shells bounce.
I think, if I remember.
Yeah, I think a Blitz split, and I think really at that moment it's about individual skills and also which team is more composed, and it was Vale which is more composed and more effective with their shells, and I checked like Vale is slightly better in getting their shells in, and like Serenity have a couple of them like only putting in half their shells, only penetrating half their shells, and a big proportion of their shells didn't go through. So it really, really put them in a terrible position.
Yeah, and I mean then we had that E100 game with Kimmich.
Oh yeah, that was the game that Kimmich bounced onto that Kronwagen's track.
I think he got stuck in the tracks, if I remember.
That almost cost them the game, but I think it was Serenity getting off 3 caps in the end. Wanted the game. I think they Alpha was caught off guard. Like he said that it was a bait, but I don't think it's a bait. I think it's just like it's not part of the plan. But even if it's not part of the plan, they reacted quickly on B, and that was where Vale is not very well connected in the middle, and Serenity was able to isolate the tanks there, and that 1 versus 1 Vickers like was brilliant.
Yeah, that 550, I catch that as well.
Yeah, I was like Team Tustin Killer versus Team People Gel.
In the end, I think what won Serenity the game wasn't specifically their positions or their focus fire, but their target priority instead. Because they caught the Vickers, which they won the fight in. They pushed Oversea, I don't remember who it was, but they focused that Kranwagen so hard. I think it was Blackstar that got focused out there.
Yeah.
He did a good amount of damage. He just couldn't survive it. And it was just, you just had better tanks alive at the end, I think, because the Vickers was still there. That's what I also mentioned at the start of the game. If your own Vickers survives longer, you have these nice HEs on the back of these Krans, these E5s, or just shots in general, because you have a gun extra, and that mobility of the Vickers that you want, which is why you take it. And it just really worked out for Serenity then.
Yeah, and
they all played pretty well as well.
Really played. I think this top hit is going to be really hard to differentiate.
Definitely. I mean, we saw a ton of tiebreakers today as well.
Yeah.
Everything of semifinals past that was tiebreakers.
Yeah, true. Once again, thank you very much for Bella for donating £10 to my stream. Thank you very much. That was very nice for you indeed. And thank you to Serenity for winning that match. And yeah.
I would not say thank you for winning, but thank you for showing us such a great match.
I mean, obviously, Serenity really good job for them tonight. I mean, currently the top 8 is Serenity, APA, Vale, IW, Shadow, A1N1, BPS, and Ratcom. I think that could change a lot tomorrow. I think that is going to be the second previous skill tournament, and I think it will be streamed by both Every and also Fujits. We have yet to know the teams. We still have yet to know the teams. So, will Every get endgame once again, or will he get a mysterious team?
I mean, I'll post it again on the server for gaming and in my announcements. Just keeping track for everyone of who streams what.
True, true,
I mean, yeah, let me just show the table actually to the viewers.
true.
It's very interesting right now.
Mhm.
Because we have multiple teams in there, currently. Oh, it's not
Yeah.
updated yet, I see.
Yeah,
It's not updated.
yeah, but I mean the top 16 is even more chaotic, so anything can change.
It really will be.
It will change a lot, and let's hope we have the funds for Blitz Premier Cup, because that's quite a lot of headache to choose which teams to be in there. Maybe we'll expand the number of teams, because there are so many good teams in this season.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be very exciting again.
Yeah, it will be. And I'm no, you're not going to stream NA, but Fujit is going to stream NA. He's following Cursed versus SLG, but thereafter he will follow GG.
I am one of my chat asked. So Fujit is gonna stream NA and Fishy will.
Fishy also, and he's going to stream Pramo all the way through,
Pramo.
and yeah, no, all the best to both of them. They will follow the brackets, so they will not end the stream when their team gets knocked out in the quarterfinals or earlier.
Close to ending mine earlier.
Yeah,
Oh.
no. But
I
Ravens,
didn't read it well enough that it said
Yeah.
brackets.
yeah, it's brackets. Yeah, it's
Realize
brackets.
it.
No, I actually was genuinely worried about both of you when both Endgame and Ray got knocked out, because
Yeah, I was like, oh, well, at least Jack's gonna have a fun stream, right?
right, because I was like, Fujit got feast all the way to the match for third place, and I was like, oh, serious, you're doing the right thing, right? And he did the right thing, so no problem. Yeah, but
It's gonna keep us very on our toes with predicting teams this season.
yeah, we don't know what's going to happen, but I think every team here deserves a huge well done, because
Definitely.
they have made this really competitive. So,
One team that I really want to give a well done to, even though they got out early today, was Raid. They've
Raid.
heavily improved from winter season. Like,
obviously,
They really
I
did.
mean, since the Blitz Premier Cup, they got third in the end, if I remember correctly. So it was brilliant. I mean, Raid definitely came far from that, from the winter season. They truly did.
I mean, all teams did generally, because there's only a way to improve. But I think
Yeah.
out of most of these teams that we saw tonight,
Yeah.
maybe not us two specifically, but Raid really has stepped up their game a lot, and
Yeah, but
some of those teams definitely look out for.
definitely, and I mean, they are now in the 15th place, which is not ideal, but that could change very soon. I really wish them all the best, though.
That also means that IW is something to catch your eye for.
I've said it in my stream previously. I think I said it early in my stream that IW is a team to look out for, especially when they were invited for Blitz Premier Cup. They are real things. So, they were Ericsson. I mean, most of them were from Ericsson, so they play with one another for quite some time, and they have the infrastructure. I think Money Dude is with them, so. I mean, Money Dude also came from Ericsson background, so
Yeah.
they know each other well, and yeah.
Yeah, with that,
Thank you, Jack, for the
No
talk.
problem.
Also, thanks to Fujit, of course, even though.
Obviously, footage as well.
But yeah,
Thank
fair.
you. And
I wonder what Eric is thinking at the moment. Or Fabio.
well, with
No,
that,
no,
thank
no.
you.
Jack, and see you
Yeah,
next.
thank you. It's Peter. See you. Bye for now. Right, this has been me talking with both Richard and Avery. Was a very good night. For all the teams, I must say, we're going to do a brief recap here. Tonight we were following, I was following A1N1's bracket, won Phoenix 2-0, very convincing wins from A1N1. I think both of them 7-0, and TFCZ, also convincing win 2-0 on Normandy, especially the second match. That 2-5 beyond those figures, like, what a highlight that was. And on to Vale, not so good, but Vale did really well there. And after that, we followed Vale on against Serenity and Serenity versus APA, where Serenity versus Vale and Serenity versus APA were both really, really amazing matches, really tight matches. So Alpha Cot in 4K. That sounds like some sort of videos that you will see. So meanwhile, meanwhile the table is as follows. Once again, those 8 teams are here tonight, and I wish Quack is going to send me a clan logo soon to complete the lineup. But on the other hand, thank you all for watching, and on the NA server I won't be streaming, but both Fujit and Fishy will be streaming, so go ahead and follow their channels and the streams, and I will be seeing you very soon on Friday. So good night all, and have a good evening. Bye for now.